flip that switch. We're coming for that top spot.
If I ever had a chance to be a friend to somebody, because you don't need 20 friends, you just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished because we got each other.
Coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster. Doors open. Good to see you. You know where the coffee pot is.
This is Berserker.
Yo, this is Uncle Buster. Get a cup. Let's talk crypto.
Yeah, dude. This coffee's bomb.
Nothing comes between me and my XRP. All in.
Hey! Hey!
Yo.
Dude, this coffee's bomb. All in. Beautiful.
Still here.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome aboard. Good morning, happy coffee time. This is a live community chat. We talk XRP, we talk crypto, we talk red pill, we talk whatever we want, and you can join too. Welcome to Coffee Time. What's up, everyone? What up, Buster? This is Cashing Out by Bagman. Thanks, Bags, for all the years of music. Boom. There we go. We got Foom on deck. Good morning. Ooh-wee, all the boys are in. 110 right out the gate. Damn, son. Swapped out them Dahmers. Yeah, bro. I got 2 pairs. It was the blue light special. They gave me 2 pairs. So I grabbed the BCGs. You know what a BCG is? So in the military, I wasn't a military guy, but my dad was. And he told me about this. And so my brothers have confirmed it. But these right here, these are known as BCGs. Otherwise known as birth control glasses. It's the run-of-the-mill fucking army issue black fucking framed like nerdazoid frames. So BCGs, and then the Dahmers will come later. Dahmers are a little heavy on my face, so they feel a little heavy on my face. So I'll wear them randomly. So shout out. Good morning.
That's fucking Lieutenant Dan, man. Lieutenant Dan.
I got you ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
I love my Jenny.
Oh man, he's like, Storm, come and get me, you motherfuckers. He's like at the mast of the ship. He's up in the storm. Let's go, bro. Lieutenant Dan swapped out them Dahmers. Let's go. Yeah, bro, I had to wear the BCGs. They're a little bit easier on the face. So, boom. Welcome aboard. Well, happy coffee time, Buster. What's up? How you doing,
man? I'm sending this link off real quick. People making me work, man.
I know. Drop them gates. Drop them baby gates. Let's go. Lieutenant Dan, swap for the Dahmers. Let's see who else is in the chat, bro. We got all kind of people in there.
Me and Jenny go together like peas and carrots. Jenny makes the pee-pee tangle. Jenny fucking tore his ass up, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yup. There we go. XRP coffee time. Grab a cup. This coffee's bomb, yo. Let's go, Silver Days. Love it. Smash them likes and subscribe. Thank you very much, Silver Days, for all the generous support throughout all the years, bro. I appreciate that. There we go. Dahmer, what's up?
My bad.
Oh, you're good. I'll be listening while working. Roger that. I hope you can chime in. Your comments are cherished. They're good. Shockwave. Hope they talk about crypto.
Let's go.
Instead of deworming protocols and whether or not space is fake. Let's go. Shockwave, shout out, bro. Hey, shout out to Shockwave. All the OGs know who Shockwave is. If you guys don't know, Shockwave was one of the first faucets, if not the first, on the XRP ledger, known as Chorus X 1. So mad respect to Shockwave, guys. So you best salute when Shockwave's in the fucking room. So there we go. Thank you, Shockwave, for all the years of hope and fun. Let's go. What's up, fellows? BBQ and can't chat. Oh, well, excuse the fuck out of me, Marvin. You better share some of that shit. You bring enough for the class? Let's go. He's
I gotta
BBQing.
get my barbecue on after this, bro.
Well, we're starting to turn winter, dude. Here in Sacktown, we're starting to get a little cold. We're about to rain tomorrow. So, and rain's rare. In Sacramento, that shit's rare, bro. Like, we're about to hit the rainy season here soon. There we go, Chenzo. What's up, glitcheronis? There we go. It happened on reverse 9/11. Oh, shit. Yep. Well, it's weird. People are trying to blame that big-ass crash on, like, Trump talking about tariffs with China or some shit and, like, rare earth mineral rights and weird shit. Dude, that was just a manipulated, like, let's get rid of the traders. So this bitch is narrowed down and trimmed down.
Wipe out
like
all these longs.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And not only that, they knocked a lot of the shorts out too, but not in a way where the shorts lost. But when you set limit orders, you set like, because you're short. If you're leverage trading and you short, yeah, the short man, they made out like bandits. But did they? Because a lot of them are conservative. They're putting stop losses or take profit. They're putting in profit. So when it started shorting fucking madly, it kicked them out because their take profit was already set and maybe a couple of pennies above that, especially if you're leverage trading at like 20, 50x. Like these motherfuckers don't fuck around, these traders. So they're setting take profits and they got wiped out too. They made a little bit of profit, sure. They made their goal, but they got wiped out. They did not ride that train all the way down. So that shit was quick too. Hella quick. But we rebounded hella fast too.
Yeah, I didn't see. I saw 234 was already rebounding when I even noticed that we dropped.
When you even notice what the fuck happened, right? Exactly. Yeah. We didn't even check that shit because we're not in active leverage trades. So if you are, I'm sorry if you got liquidated, but if you set stop losses, thank God, because it eliminated the carnage. Yeah, you might get liquidated and shit depending on what you've got staked, but if you're not a dummy, you're only fucking around with like a smaller bag on leverage trading. So, but there's some big dicks out there that had millions on it that lost their ass. So it was the biggest in history, according to everybody on Twitter. You know, they're saying that it's like compared to the other crashes, the COVID crashes and all this other shit, they're saying that it's like 2 billion versus like what just happened was 19 billion liquidated. So big deal. Shockwave Corsac still gonna blow next summer. Yeah, bro, let's go. Bradley B knows. So we got Cashing Out by Bagman in the background, guys. Thank you, Bags, for all the years of music. Let me turn down a little bit. Boom. Did you drop links or what?
I did not.
Oh shit. Let me drop Baby Gates. Let me let him in. Let's talk shop. But yeah, dude, there's that, and then ETF talk and stuff. Nerdy's back. He's on X, so I'm not sure if he's still sleeping right now, but he may pop in a little later. But they're talking like he's cooking, dude. He hit the ground running, bro. He came back from vacation, hit the ground running, and he's talking like ETFs and shit, and whether or not their impact will be as big as like maybe like Claver's talking about. Because a lot of people are like, ETFs. I've always said they were a Trojan horse. What's up, Fuma? Good morning, brother. Nice to have you on. Your liquid is mine now.
Your liquid is mine. Get over here.
Get over here. Come here. Get over here. That's the Scorpion.
Good. And I'm going to be the nasty one on this one, Berserker.
Get nasty. Get nasty,
Let
son.
the bodies hit the floor. That's what y'all get for fucking longing and shorting instead of buying and holding.
Well,
you got shorted out, you got longed out, and I'm still here eating your chips.
Here's the kicker, dude. Here's the kicker is that if they're smart and they're conservative, they didn't get too much damage. They got liquidated on their little whatever they had in there, but in their leverage account and shit like that. But most of the fucking normal, just everyday Joe the plumber traders didn't get like fucking obliterated. The ones who got obliterated were the big ballsy, big dick fucking leverage traders with like millions in there or hundreds of thousands.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna let my goon My goon who just came back and get you.
We got Dirty X on deck. What's up, pimp? With the
Hey,
jingly
this was
ding.
just a
Back
calling
Dirty.
of Nerdy coming
We got
home. Damn
Chenzo.
it. This was just a calling of Nerdy coming home. He comes home back from vacation, and your shit gets liquidated. Now shut up.
What's
So,
up,
Luke.
everybody?
What's up, pimp?
I'm back.
We got Nerdy
Back.
Labs on deck. Nerdy X90. Let's go. Hit him up on X. He's also streaming live right now. Thank you for all the years of your contributions, Nerdy, and also throwing your show or this show on your X. Thank you, brother.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I came back and checked my X account. It was just all the shows. So that's pretty cool. So
Kenzo, what's up, pimp? Look at that clean
I'm good,
shaven
guys.
motherfucker.
I'm at the airport. I'm traveling in 2 hours or so, and I've got one thing to share and the Save Moon Money song request.
Damn.
Yeah, the song's
You could
badass,
probably-
bro.
Man,
can
you don't know
make
how to
that
drink a beer, man. Look how you drinking that beer. You need to be guzzling it, man. You should be kissing the
That's
shit.
my-
Like,
Hey, yo, it's only 1 p.m. It's my first one.
it
Bro,
doesn't
you got to
matter.
remember, dude. He's savoring the beer because he's in a foreign airport. Because remember that motherfucker was in like Cuba or some shit. Now he's going somewhere else. Like this ain't even an American airport.
Did you
So
just
that
dap
beer
your
he's
lips
got-
after drinking a beer?
bro.
you
Say
need
again?
two, you need
Look,
two
why you
beers.
being so nice, man? You used to eat people up for shit like that.
Yeah, you
All
need
right,
two
all right,
beers.
all
The
right,
first,
all right, Chenzo, go fuck yourself.
I've got the
Hey,
picture
now
with
we're getting back to normal around
Look at
here.
this guy with the
lunch
pizza.
as well. Man.
Bro, you're supposed
Oh,
to
look
have
at-
one beer. The first beer you chug down, and the second beer you chill with.
He's got that margarita with the fucking fresh shredded cheese on
That's all
it.
he's doing.
I want them to let me on the flight. I don't want to be too.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You
A
gotta
little
smother
stumble
that
here and
base.
there won't kill nobody. You'll be
Yeah,
good.
they don't care on Spirit Airlines, man. They don't care. You're flying Spirit. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm flying domestic. I'm flying within Peru.
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine, bro. That's even better. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah,
Well-
well, the pilot probably wants a sip of that beer.
Yeah.
Welcome, boys. Welcome back, Nerdy, Papa, Chenzo,
Papa,
Fuma,
what's up,
Buster.
brother?
Let's go. Happy coffee time. Let's go. What's up, boys? What do we got, bro? ETF spots versus ETF fucking futures. What's that all about, bro?
I say
'Cause the
we
spot-
I said we fuck crypto altogether and not even care about it because silver is going to the fucking moon.
Oh!
$50
I got it.
silver is crazy.
Hold on,
Bro,
are you
$4,000
kidding me? It's $50 silver right now?
$50
Bro, it's
silver,
$1,000.
$4,000 gold. We fucking
No
told you
way.
so.
Hold on. Are you saying it's $50 silver right now?
$50 silver, brother. $50 fucking dollar silver. I am pumped.
$50.
I am pumped. You hear that? That's like a couple $100 in there.
You're nerdy. I'm pumped. I got
it
into DAG.
With your dag hunter. Enzo's hunting that
Yeah.
dag. What'd you say?
I'm pumped. I finally got into DAG after hearing Nerdy talk about it for months, and I'm delegating it in the Stargazer wallet. Already made a few thousand extras.
Well, you got a share screen, Chenzo. You ready?
Yeah, so that's my I am ready. So that's
Oh.
brand new. That's launching tomorrow in 2 days. So I shared I think 2-3 months ago when I was on the Temenos website. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's just showing adoption, and especially in Peru for me, it's interesting.
I'm meant to raise
So
my
I
hand like
share-
a little kid. We all
I
speak
share,
English
like-
here, man. Can you translate that website to English?
Yeah, translate the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, just-
website.
Yeah, just,
Right
Oh,
there.
uh,
right in the
yeah,
search bar where it says
Yeah,
the
yeah,
A.
let me click
I click
translate.
that one for the American viewers.
What
Because
did
we're all
shoes
American
say, boy?
viewers.
What did those
Thank
shoes
you.
say, boy?
Thank you.
Is
Now,
that
now we
did
can
it-
now we can start the show. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
them shoes say Nikkei? What those shoes say, boy? Damn.
UK, what? L-U-K-O, what?
so I shared 2-3 months ago when I was on the Temenos website talking about Metallicus, showing that Metallicus was a partner of Temenos from the Temenos website. Scrolling down, looking at all their partners, because they have a shit ton. They have like pages and pages of partners. They have the Banco de la Nación, which is the Bank of the Nation, which is the kind of poor people's bank in Peru and so on. But this bank here, if you look at the top left, the BCP, that's the biggest bank in Peru. That's Banco Crédito de Perú. So the Bank of Credit of Peru. And they just launched. They're launching in 2 days from now. Crypto Cocos, I love the name. So that's the first kind of exchange. So it seems to me that it's going to be, I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but it's going to be some kind of on and off ramp, which to me is very interesting. And it seems. Let me scroll down here on the website.
Have you pre-registered for this?
I pre-registered my wife because I don't have my ID number. I'm still on a.
You're
on
an illegal. You're an illegal in Peru.
Carnet de extranjería. Like I'm a spouse. I'm on a spousal visa, but I'm actually on my way. I'm flying to Interpol. I'm flying to another city to go do my Interpol because I'm gonna get my Peruvian passport, citizenship and passport in the next few months because I've been here for fucking like years and I'm married to a Peruvian. But if you scroll down here, so BCP is a huge bank here, and if you scroll down there, they're just showing Bitcoin and USDC. So it's not like I don't know exactly what this thing is going to be. It's probably not going to be that exciting at first, anyways. But at least to me, it looks like it's going to be some kind of new on and off ramp through into my Peruvian bank accounts because Peruvian banking here it's like the biggest mafia. It's like they charge you double than any other country for credit cards for everything. And so anyways, I just wanted to share that because this is brand new. It's launching in 2 days, so it's just showing further adoption.
Is it going to be an exchange or a bank?
No, the bank BCP is a bank, and they're launching. My understanding is that this is going to be some kind of exchange that, as of so far, they're only listing BTC and USDC, but it seems to be, to me, anyways, giving further legitimacy to USDC as a. Because a lot of people have been throwing shade on USDC that it might not survive, that their business model is not sustainable, dependent on interest rates and so on. So I've been a little wary. I mean, I use USDC, but I've been wary of saving in it. But now this kind of like further gives some legitimacy to me, anyways. So that was what I wanted to share with you guys today.
That's the People's Bank, Puma. That's the shit. That's that like everybody has the same bank type shit. That's the main monster right there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
In Peru.
Did they say if they're going to give you like a wallet address so you could transfer out into it?
No. As of now, that's the page. It doesn't show anything else. I haven't dug into it that much. I just registered my wife. They're not exchange rates. Yeah, they're not really. Say again?
When is the go live?
2 days from now.
Oh, snap. So you can be able to come on next week and walk us through.
The thing is, I'm not able yet. I'm going to have to wait to be a citizen to be able. Actually, I can open a BCP account.
Have her sit in the back of the camera and she just stare at you and give you the head nods. And you just do what you gotta do. Yeah. We all go through it.
That's like that Obama meme where like Obama's in the back or like Big Mike's in the back and Obama's at the laptop and Big Mike's going, how bad is it? They found out you got a penis, Big Mike.
Or what's the dude from Canada whose man was slapping him up on the airline? The prime minister, not Canada, France.
Macron.
Yeah, old boy was slapping him up, and he got on camera.
Bro,
Bridge.
They're saying the wife is a tranny. Yeah,
Bridge.
Yep. Bro, Ski Mask. He goes, do you guys think the crypto market comes down further or it's up from here? What do you think?
I think it's come down a little bit.
I think crypto cocos are for breakfast, I think.
Crypto Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah. I think they're gonna keep shaking this market until they can't no more. Because there was no reason for XRP to drop like that.
Oh, all of it did. And it all really recovered pretty quickly, but it didn't recover fully. We're at 250 something right now, 253, 254. We were at 235 all day yesterday. So, you know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, I don't know if you guys caught it, but the centralized exchanges it was more on centralized exchanges than it was on decentralized exchanges.
Yeah.
Like there was a clear buffer what Coinbase is like, nah, you guys gonna pay 50 cents extra per coin for everything.
Bro, they all fucked everybody. They all shut down and had technical difficulties. They all had issues with their withdrawal and sells. And there we go. Maybe it was a testament to put all those exchanges on blast. But was it really? Like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Hey, I tried to move some coins off of Zom to Coinbase to cash it off to pull it back in USDC to buy it cheap again to move it back up and cash out. They were like, nah, dog, you ain't going.
I saw tweets, like apologetic tweets from like 4 different exchanges. I don't know if there was way more, but it was like Uphold, Binance. What else was malfunctioning? Coinbase, and a lot of people were bitching about all these fucking exchanges. You know what I mean? I think BitTrue was one of them too, but BitTrue don't matter to Americans anymore. All that really matters at this point to Americans is Crow, Kraken, Uphold, and Coinbase. That's it. Yeah. And then you guys talk about Caleb and Brown and shit and like different off ramps. If you've been in this space long enough, you know how to like shuck and jive. You don't even need a fucking exchange. You can just swap into stable on your cold wallet, if you needed to. But a lot of newbies don't realize that. They think it's buy and sell. Everything's buy and sell. Like, no, there's like 4 or 5 different fucking crypto people out there. There's traders, there's hodlers, there's OGs, there's newbies, there's lots of different people, and they do it lots of different ways. So, damn, you're just eating. You just like sandwich folding that fucking margarita. Look at him, dude. He's eating that shit like a New Yorker. Sorry.
Hey, now remember, you got to fit in that bathroom to drop 20 pounds in about 30 minutes. So, you know how you got to get in that little small bathroom the airlines have? You trying to use the bathroom? You like,
well, if he guzzled that beer like you told him, Fuma, he'd be blasting that whole mini bathroom up, bro.
I have to step out to go buy my second one because they're not delivering it here. I have to go pay right now. I'll be right back.
Oh, first world problems. Oh,
yeah. We have a new airport in Lima. It's pretty badass, actually.
All right, get us a beer while you're at it.
Damn, bro. He's got the Nazca lines, fucking Lima, Peru and shit. Like, there's aliens there. Let's go. That's probably why they won't deliver that beer. They don't want to get near you because they know you're a truther. Let's go. Not a fan of CMB, Caleb and Brown. Not against it, but not for it. So Jeffrey Dahmer spoke his piece. No shit, Falkers. No shit, Falkers. I'm no newbie, and I know what I'm talking about. Money bags, not Bob. Been here since the gate. Love you, bro. Papa, how you doing? What do you feel? What do you think?
I feel the snow coming down upon my body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it winter? Is it full bore snow winter in the country? What are we looking at?
That's white outside. That's white.
Damn, he's getting snow. Papa's in the snow.
It ain't gonna stick.
Ooh-wee. Who here still hating? What? BCB? What? Who here still hating on blockchain backer? I mean, he called the fuck out of that dip. Yes, he did. You know what I mean? I was like, he's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. So I didn't understand. But there you go. He called the shit out of that. So blockchain backer, my bad. I mean, you're not crazy, apparently. But it was that luck or was it TA? Because we talk about whether or not TA is true or not based on this market being fucking manipulated like crazy. But shout out to you, blockchain. This is your hour for sure. So
that was obviously manipulation. That was a coordinated attack.
Yeah. Someone give that man a cookie.
Give him a cookie.
Send fucking blockchain backer a cookie. He deserves a whole box of cookies for that.
Bro, a lot of the OGs are celebrating him. Cobb, they're giving shout outs. Aries giving shout out. Like everybody knows.
Are they giving him handies? That calls for a handy. That was a handy shout out.
round the back handies. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. He does give that man something.
Yeah.
Congratulations ain't enough.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's not necessarily congratulations because everybody heeded his warning. No, nobody heeded his warning. He was just right, which is a sad fucking fact. The carnage still happened. You know what I mean? He was just right about it, which is bullish. It's fire, but it's still sad.
How did he know? How did
Bro,
they know?
there's blood everywhere.
How did they know?
In the streets.
Is he part of the crew?
Well, it's funny because all the other TA guys in the fucking world, and the only one who called it was blockchain backer. Like millions of other fucking TA guys out there, and the only one who called it was blockchain backer. That's crazy.
Someone has Baron's number.
Bro.
Someone's fucking with Baron.
You see Ivanka at the Wailing Wall, bro? What?
She's bad. I don't give a fuck what wall she touches. She's bad. I'll touch her walls all day. Let's fuck it up.
I'll shoot you. I got some of her model pictures from back in the day.
C is for Cookie. Cookie is for me. Modelo's on deck. Shout out Edward Franklowski. We love you, bro. Thank you. Bro, that is crazy town. Like Ivanka's like proud of the Wailing Wall, big ass picture of her at the Wailing Wall. What? When all this other fuckery and the entirety of X is talking about tiny hats and not in a good way. What does Ivanka think she's going to accomplish with a Wailing Wall picture?
Man,
like now's
Ivanka,
not the time to brag.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Ivanka could wear a burqa and touch the fucking black cube. I don't even give a fuck. She'd still be bad.
Dude, you're not Muslim, bro. Like that's why you don't care.
Bro, that shit's crazy.
You ain't Muslim, bro.
Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Like people are talking about Dearborn too. It turning into like little Mecca, Dearborn, Michigan, dude. It's just like prayers, like the bull horns of prayer horns going off every day, all day in an American city. Like that's crazy shit.
We just
the whole city's like.
I saw a meme the other day with one out in the middle of 3 lanes of traffic, out in the middle of it, laying down in front of a car. People going around, and somebody put up a post above there. What do you think of this? I said, I think it would have been roadkill if it was me driving.
Well, bro, it's impeding traffic. That's crazy town, bro. It's the same thing as like the super crazy PETA activists or like the BLM activists getting ran over on the freeways. It's the same concept. It's fucking crazy.
Your money.
I don't give a shit why you're in the road. You're about to get hit, motherfucker. Get out of the road. Like,
let's roll back circa 5 years ago, almost 6
roll it
years
back.
ago. Let's roll back when my count was Sean S90. And I was going on in every RSBN freaking stream. I was going on Rumble, and I'm like, hey, Sharia law's gonna take over. Hey, Sharia law's gonna take over. In caps. And then RSBN decided to ban me. I went on YouTube. Hey, they're gonna try to implement Sharia law. I got banned. Everyone's oh, Sean lost the plot. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Blah blah blah. Whoopty-whoopty-doo. Told you so. Here we are,
bro.
Let's go back.
Hey, have you gone back to ask for your account, bro? I'm like, yeah, you know it happened. So give me my account back.
Yeah, and then let's go a little bit forward. Let's go a little bit forward when I was mentioning that. Hey, if you mix Hamas supporters with global activists, with LGBT people, you're gonna have a little steaming pool of domestic terrorists. And what happened? R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, right? So you have all of these things, and combine that with the whole COVID nonsense, how people were forcing people. Oh, fuck that guy. He's a Trump supporter. He's an anti-vaxxer. Wah 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 wah. Right? So then you had this crazy ass fucking narrative coming out of nowhere and turned a whole generation backwards. And let's go back to when I was talking about Edward Bernays, talking about how it only takes 15 years to brainwash a society, and you have a whole generation that's fucking brainwashed. It's like, bro, you've seen this coming from miles away.
It's a bubbling cauldron of fucking like soupy psyop soup.
Yeah,
it's a bubbling
because within that Sharia law, blah blah blah, within that little culture that they have, what are they known for? For marrying children. That's literally what they do. You have grown men who marry children, and everything's okay with it. And then you have the whole pedophile situation with the LGBTQ stuff, which is exactly what it was for pushing pedophilia. And then you have literally the whole GOP defending Epstein, which is fucking wild. Like that's a whole nother topic. So
it's
like,
so good to have my little conspiracy theorist back.
I mean, is it conspiracy now? It's kind of not conspiracy no more. It's kind of like in your face, right? And it's kind of like, hot motherfucker, wake the fuck up. And then you have all the churches that are being destroyed and going down. I mean, it's kind of fucking obvious what is happening. I mean, if you're blind to this shit, you're an idiot.
Bro, and you're not even touching on the fucking biodigital convergence that you also called. Like, it was literally you and
I'm just saying.
That's it. Talking about
I'm just saying.
And that shit, bro, I went and saw that deep state Tron Ares. I went and saw that shit.
How was
bro,
it?
it's all like transhumanism. Oh, it's fucking... Bro, you're spot on. That's the new shit. Watch out. Watch out for the biodigital convergence coming up. That nerdy call.
Yeah.
Like, watch out for that shit.
It's almost like I grew up in this fucking environment and I kind of have an idea what is taking place. Oh my God. Who the fuck
oh
have
my
that kind of insight?
You're a seer with 2 E's. Shout out.
It's like literally, it's in your face. Right, and then let's go back to dual citizen. Let's shout out to dual fucking citizen, talking about the 7 years of false life, which is exactly where we're entering. Because now
that was Donnie Discern, bro.
Yeah. So now you have
the Gentiles
all this
against
Islamophobia.
the tiny hats.
Yeah, so you have Islamophobia mixed with the whole Zionophobia, whatever it is, with the anti-Semi, whatever. You have these two words that are basically like taking. So for people who don't understand, Judaism and the whole Quran stuff, it's 65% of it is based on the Old Testament, and Christianity is based on the New Testament. So if you have people who believe in the Old Testament and are trying to kill people for the New Testament, obviously a lot of other religions fit within that New Testament thing. So then you have these two groups of people who are basically have the same amount of agenda, like they have the same amount of similarities to their agenda, that they're willing to work together to accomplish things, and in the end they'll beef it out of which one is which. But if you don't understand that part, then you don't have a clue of what the fuck is taking place. And the second thing is, well, how come everything's falling out of the sky all of a sudden? What the hell is this about? You had 2 helicopters already falling out the sky. Everything's falling out the sky. What is going on? What is that related to? So it's
Bro,
like,
one was in Sacktown, dude. You see that shit?
both they're
Bad
so one was in
aircraft
Sac and one was
maintenance.
in the south. So it's like,
Two things: bad aircraft maintenance, and nobody wants to talk about it. But in the aviation industry, nobody wants to retire an aircraft. Nobody. Look how many old Cessna 172s from 1970 and 1960s are still in the air.
Bro, but the
because everything is
consistency of it,
old.
the concept is the consistency of it. Why are they happening back to back?
Oh, there's
It's
a lot more
just-
aircraft in the air right
They
now.
always
There's-
happen in threes. They
Yeah,
always
right.
happen in threes.
Exactly, Papa. Exactly.
there's a
Well,
ton of
everything is
aircraft.
remember
old.
Kobe? Kobe was one back in the day, but that was like but they just did the Kirk one, and I was talking to Buster, and we're like, dude, some other way bigger shit's about to happen, and we're waiting on that way bigger shit that's about to happen because they did that Kirk shit out of nowhere for whatever the fuck reason. Like,
Yeah, that was weird. That
weird,
was like-
bro. Also,
that
you
was
seen
weird.
you've been seeing Matt Gaetz, bro. He's just like, fuck the tiny hats. Like, he don't give a fuck right now, and it's hilarious online. But like, why Kirk? Why not some other motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Do you see that one
once you
video?
look at where
That was
Turning Point-
weird.
Someone
Once you
was
take a
breaking it
look at
down.
where the money for Turning Point USA was going, it'll tell you everything.
Yeah, but at the end of the
Ooh.
day, what about all the masses of lobbying dollars that go to these congressmen and shit? And you got a few of them that are staunch anti-tiny hat. You got MTG, bro. APAC is literally talking shit directly on X to MTG. MTG's like, I'm all American. I'm not a tiny hat. Like, that's literally what she's saying.
Her
online.
and what's the other guy? Massey. Her and Massey are the only two.
Massey and
that
Gates,
don't
bro.
accept-
Look up Matt
yeah.
Gaetz, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, but
Like,
outside of Kirk, like who talked the gospel bigger than him?
That's another
You know-
thing, right?
You know, because he
Okay.
didn't. Kirk wasn't a huge
Yep.
name, but name a bigger name that taught the gospel like Kirk
Jesus.
did.
Yep. And
Jesus.
that's
You know
the
what I'm
sauce right there. Is he was
Yeah.
preaching the gospel, and they don't like that shit. And that
Okay.
goes back to the whole New
they started
Testament,
going
Old
mainstream.
Testament battle, right?
It started going
they
mainstream.
they want people to respect an authority rather than respecting the word. But if people really understand, keep preaching, people. Keep preaching.
Decentralized
Talking about
power.
it. Talk about it.
well, MTG talking about there is only like the Lord is my savior type shit when she's arguing with APAC on fucking Twitter. Like, look up MTG. Yeah,
Preach that
Marjorie Green or whatever. She's fucking fighting with APAC on Twitter right now. Crazy.
Yep.
Sorry, but she is saying some Christianity shit. But I agree though, Buster, that Kirk
That's
was
on
like
point. Mhm.
way higher level when it come when preaching. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They don't
what
want
was that,
you
Jim?
preaching the word. But guess
Bro, what did
That's
Jim
we
just
do on
say?
the show? We preach the word on the show, and we don't give a fuck.
The
So
one in
guess what?
California was a 1980 model Bell helicopter, predecessor to the model used for Airwolf. Damn, Airwolf is old,
I
and
was
that
dropped
Cali,
those, bro.
Sauce on that.
Cali, that's crazy. Well, like are you talking about the when he said the Cali one? He's talking about the one that was in Sac. That was a medevac chopper that landed on crashed on the freeway in Sac. That was the first one, and then the second one was some shit in like Miami or something, right? Or am I wrong?
No, I thought it was in Cali too.
Maybe it was. Maybe it's SoCal. It was like SoCal or some shit, like LA or.
I'm not positive,
forgot.
but I thought it was like down south.
Bro, happy coffee time, guys. We're getting heavy right now. It's good to have
Yes.
Nerdy back. We got Chenzo. We got Papa. If you guys want to join the chat instead of being fucking pussy fucks, you guys could get in this chat live and talk to us, we got a link coming your way right now. So happy coffee time, guys.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What else is going on?
Safe Moon Money track. Was that brand new? Where can I get it? I want to listen.
No,
to
that's like 5 years old. Me, Bags,
Where
and
is it?
Rain made.
I
Me,
didn't
Bags,
find
and
it
Rain.
anywhere.
You can't get it anywhere. It was a joke.
Put it-
Bags made
Joke.
that.
Badass.
Bags put that together 5 years ago, and it was me.
Yeah, it was
Rain,
like that's linked to a
and
token
Maggie.
on Solana. I'm like, are these guys pushing a meme coin or what's going on? But like,
Nah,
that
Safe
track-
Moon was hot shit before all the meme wars. It was hot shit, like right when the meme shit started.
You guys got to release
gonna
that
feature
track
that-
so I
I'm gonna
can
feature that
listen
song.
to it in my Spotify.
Yeah,
Safe
that was
Moon
during the
was,
airdrop
yeah.
craze. That was during the
Probably
airdrop
the first
craze.
meme that I really got into that fucking took off. I didn't even consider it a meme. I just thought it was a little play. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think memes. I didn't really use the word memes then.
Bro, no one was. It was during the airdrop craze. Remember when everybody did the fucking trust lines on Zaman back in the day? Everybody was like, trust line, trying to get airdrops, trying to get dust. We were trying to get dust back then. Now dust is dangerous. We were trying to get dust back in the day. And that's when some of the popped up. We wanted dust. Like, yeah.
I spent all of the beginning of 2024 with like chasing airdrops. I spent fucking 2-3 months like on all Ethereum, Solana, you name it, fucking like, oh, I'm gonna get these airdrops, and like in the end I got some. It's fucking worth like $1 right now. It's all garbage. At least for me. At least what I did. It was fucking waste of time.
Bro, it's funny. Like, you're no G when you got fucking like multiple Zaman wallets with hundreds of fucking trust lines that you do not want to like burn because you're too lazy to burn your hundreds of fucking trust lines. Like, that shit's funny. I look at it as miniature savings accounts. All my bullshit trust lines.
You get those ugly airdrops you can't convert.
Yeah. You can't convert it for like fractions and shit. And yeah, it'd probably be a smart thing because if you got hundreds of trust lines and they got a little bit of dust in them and they're worth like pennies, you could convert and get rid of it and then get your fucking your trust line ZRPs back. But I figured like once we start going and it starts,
you still get the 2 though if it's less. For
it's
a
not
trust
2
line
anymore.
now?
It's 0.5. It's a half a ZRP to get your
Is it
trust line
0.5?
back. It's 0.5, and then the two is for a wallet, isn't it? Or am I wrong? Because it could be 2 for a trust line, then 5 for a wallet. Maybe
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
wrong.
the trust line was 2, and I've had issues in the past, like trying to fucking, because I wanted my 2 ZRPs back for like some garbage, whatever token. I didn't want anymore, and I couldn't fucking sell it. I couldn't delete it. I couldn't like remove the trust line. I had to like go on Discord and like ask people like who's got this like on the token, like who send me your address so I can send you my like 0.003 of that token so I can fucking delete my trust line.
Are you talking about Chenzo? Are you talking about XRP Ledger? Like, you talking about XRP Ledger? The best way to do it is to, if you don't have it on a Zaman, you recover that wallet that has all your trust lines onto Zaman. You put in the numeric code, or you could actually get onto Zaman's website and then change you would restore with a mnemonic phrase. So you take your mnemonic phrase from your XRP wallet, whatever other one you have, you restore it onto Zaman, and then once you're on Zaman, there's an X app in there called Token Trasher. So Token Trasher allows you to get rid of all your shit and get your trust line. Yeah, do Token Trasher on Zaman. But here's the thing: if you're on another wallet that's not Zaman, that X app may not be available. If it is, maybe like people like Baggy would know, where you would use like the XRP toolkit with your other XRP wallet, and then you could probably use Token Trasher through there.
Hey, can we ask the question? Can we ask the question? What shit coins were you messing with on the XRP ledger that would cause all this mischief?
What do you mean? Oh, Chenzo?
Yeah.
I think the first one that came to mind was NF Tempo when I bought Tempo. There's a few others. Like, I mean, it wasn't like a dozen or anything, but like it happened to me like at least twice, I think, that I was like struggling to fucking to delete a trust line, and I was like, I had to go on Discord.
Hold on, Chenzo. Everybody in the chat, Chenzo just said NF Tempo was a shit project.
I didn't say I said I want to get rid of my trust line. Oh, that's it. I didn't say
I'm messing with you, man.
NF Tempo, that shit's morphed into like
exist
IMU
anymore, does it?
TV.
Am I?
I think it doesn't even exist anymore. NF Tempo.
I think it might. I think Niall Contral, he was all part of that, and I think it still does exist. He maybe like shelved it, but he went full like IMU TV, and that's just
Niall,
picking
we
up.
need to call you to the congregation. You shield the shit project. We need to talk to you. If anybody knows Niall, say Fuma Boys is looking for him.
I remember the airdrops when the big dick shit back then was Greyhound, and like there was a couple of other projects like Greyhound on the XRP Ledger. They were airdrops and they were bigger. So you had like Greyhound, you had like a fucking, I want to say Aries or something. I forgot what it was called. It was like an art one. It was like black and white, like. But yeah, there was a few of them that were like, oh shit, we got to get this, like kind of shit. You know, what was the other one? God, there was a few of them, but they were bigger. You got like a decent drop, and it was worth a little bit. But it doesn't even hold a candle to the fucking money people are making on soul memes and fucking B&B right now. Like it's crazy. But and then we went to the moon.
What other projects do you think are shit today?
A lot.
We want to hear, bro. You smashing up the tokens. We got to hear it.
I think Monorex. I sold all of my Monorex.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I kept 10 because I should be getting the top NFT from that project. But it keeps saying both in their Discord and their Telegram. Oh, where are you going licenses? You look at first they have 2 different white papers, and you look at their roadmaps. It's fucking 2 different things. And then they keep saying like the girl, and she's talking too much like yoga lingo to me, like, oh, we need to trust the process, and so I sold all my Monorex out of the loss. I didn't give a fuck to put it into other assets that I thought
she wanted you to put your hands together, and trust the process.
Trust the process, right? I'm like, well, I should be getting the top NFT, the Kuko Clan, whatever the fuck, like the top of the 3, because at the time of the snapshot, I had their whatever how many millions tokens you needed to get that one. That was number, and anyway, I got rid of that one. Got rid of a few. I did a lot of cleanup this past year. I hold like literally I have like 10 tokens, and I have 3 tokens that have significant positions. The rest
Scrim,
is all like
Scrim says December 2024, after another validator consensus, the reserve was dramatically cut again. The base reserve was reduced by 90% from 10 to 1 to create a wallet, and then the reserve decreased from 2 to 0.2 per item. So I don't know, bro. I don't remember that being that small. I believe it was like 2 to create a new wallet, and then 0.5 to create a trust line. But maybe I'm wrong, dude.
Let me ask a question. They can decrease. Can they ever increase it?
Oh yeah, they can vote on anything as long as they
fucking
agree.
Increase it, do they just snatch the coins out of your wallet, or your grandfather in?
No, they just take
Tony.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Tony Baggs said that they automatically gave you the XRP for the difference. That's what I was asking you originally.
Yep.
That's what
they
I was
automatically
asking
put it in your wallet. Yep. Sorry. They automatically put it in your wallet. So let's say you started back in the day and it was 2 XRP per trust line, which it was when we started that shit. It was only 2. And it's not 2 anymore, Chenzo. It's like 0.5 now. But they gave you that balance into your available XRP.
So what happens if they increase it now? If they go back, let's say they go to 10
it's the opposite. So in your wallet, they'll just reserve more. Like they'll just take more.
Oh shit! What if you don't have it in your wallet?
Then fuck, I don't know. Maybe your grandfathered in. But if you try to burn your wallet, you'll get 2 XRP back.
No, 8
right now.
Oh, is it
8? I don't think it's 8, bro. They've since voted.
XRP toolkit, I've deleted a bunch of wallets like this past year, and I think the trust line to open a wallet was like it went from 20 to 10 XRPs, and in XRP toolkit, I would. You
just said it right here.
You just said it.
No, they voted down again, Chenzo.
Okay, so at least when I did it like last few times, I would burn 2 and get 8 back of the 10. That's my experience.
Right, but he's saying December 2024. Who fucking knows, dude? Who knows what the truth is now? So much shit has happened. But it was to like the trust lines. I know wasn't even a full ZERP. It was like a fraction. It was like half a ZERP or something like that. But according to Scrim, he's saying it's 0.2 ZERPs for a trust line and then 1 XRP for a wallet. But I think it's a little bit higher for a wallet. It's either 2 or 5. So I think it might be 2 for a wallet and then half a ZERP for a trust line. But yeah, it adds up. Paul Smith, I hope this Clarity Act passes by the end of the year. The Dem forces are fighting it hard. I'm not a Charles Hoskinson fan, but this little structure bill update not looking good. Well, that's the thing. They are putting it out there. They're premonitioning. They're talking about closing this or doing this by the end of the year. So if they're out there on the news, are these fucking talking heads are on the news talking about closing end of year? Either they're gonna do that or there's gonna be some major fucking fuckery. And then as a result of that, there'll be like an emergency declaration where they have to close Clarity. You know what I mean? Because who fucking knows from here on out? Who knows what this next month and a half, 2 months is going to look like, dude? This shit's crazy right now. Apex on deck. Early. He's early. Shout out. Apex usually comes in at the end of the show. So shout out to you, Apex. I got XRP for every trust line I deleted. Yeah, but how much? Not Bob. Was 10 XRP before. Now it's 1. Okay, so it's 1. Double confirmed. Kepson and Angus Grimm. So it's 1 for a wallet and 0.2 for a trust line. Yep.
So
that's
maybe
the real deal right now.
Wallets. Get them Zomans lined up,
bro. Like the only thing that's bad about waiting to get rid of the dusty or zero trust lines is that when you not zero but the dusts is that the dust does give you ZERPs right now, and it's a lot higher decimal than it will be later when it moves. So when I get rid of a shithole, dusting account with Token Trasher on Zomin, it would give me like a 0.000005 or something like that for the dust. But later it's going to be 0.000000000008. Like it's going to be like that. So that's the only difference. If you're getting rid of dusty trust lines, and if you know what I'm talking about, dust trust lines is where you got a little bit amount of whatever that fucking meme XRP Ledger meme coin in there. You got a little bit of that. You can get more quantity of ZERPs now if you try to trash it now before we moon than later, because later it'll be absolutely worthless. It'd be like having a zero trust line. Yeah, you'll get your reserve back, your 0.2, but everybody's whole. Everybody's whole because they gave us the amount in the difference. Once they voted it down, they gave us the difference in our wallets. We all got paid for those trust lines that were locked up. But there's still some locked up. It's just fractions of a ZERP instead of it being 2 ZERPs back in the day. So, all right, I'll shut the fuck up. I'm all caffeinated right now. What's up, boys?
I was going to get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Roger that. Papa, what do you got? You're snowy? You got soup on the kettle? What do you got?
Oh, I got a fire in the hole, but I can't see but about 100 feet off the deck.
Oh, damn.
It's not gonna build up. It's nothing, burger.
Okay. All right.
You're Montana. Hell, I got 8 inches of snow on August 8th one year. August 8th.
August. Jesus.
That's crazy. Be careful with the dust lines. Well, Token Trasher, I don't think is going to be an issue. We're just talking about trashing them and getting your shit back. Nina Blossom, $8. Yep. Shoot a snowman. Go build a snowman, Papa, and then shoot him.
It's melting when it hits the ground.
Bro, we got motherfucking 309 watching, and there's 4 of us just sitting here trying to figure out what to talk about next. Nerdy and Fuma checked out. What is going on right now? Guys, links in the chat. Join the show. Let's go. What else do we got on the pipeline, bro? What else is up in the air? We got Clarity. Fucking, what's this whole Gaza shit going on? Like, apparently Trump brokered some Gaza peace. But, like, at the end of the day, TikTok is owned by Israel. We gave TikTok to Israel or something like that. What'd we do? The fuck just happened? Bro, it's like what's the lesser of two evils, China or Israel owning TikTok? Like, that's crazy Israel. Town. That's the lesser? Okay.
In my opinion.
They're already censoring hard though. The whole anti-Semitic like talk online is hard. Like, they're censoring like crazy already. when X doesn't censor that shit at all. So it makes you think like, what's Musk's role in all this? Are we gonna have X still as a free platform? Because we're all convinced that X is the freest platform now because of Musk, but is Musk part of it? What are we doing? What direction are we going? Yeah, what the fuck is happening? Ripple's license coming hopefully soon. Yeah, the bank license. Let's go. Plumbing, get your ass on here. Yep. We got Daniel Steiner on deck. What's up, Dan? Good morning.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick? It feels good to be on coffee time with a cup of coffee. Berserker.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Drinking a beer.
It just feels good. There's no feeling like this, y'all. We don't get this every day. We're blessed to be here with y'all.
Yeah, right there.
So do you think this,
thank you.
This massive liquidation is going to scare the hell out of the retail market, that we won't have a bull market?
I think we're going to super cycle. I think that shit isn't going down anymore. I'm not selling shit.
Yeah,
bro. We got Apex on deck. You want to handle that question, Apex? Sorry, go ahead.
Fucking crypto wolf. Let's go.
So what? Repeat that question one more time, Daniel. Go ahead.
I was asking if you think this massive.
Damn, you rugged like crazy. Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel. Go again. You're rugging, bro.
They got him, boys. They got him.
What happened, dude?
Wi-Fi better.
Let him teach him.
He's out of here.
Daniel, come back on, bro. There we go. He's on again. Boom.
Sorry,
we got two Daniels.
Not sure what happened
there.
There
We go.
Did you hear the question?
Ahead. No, say it again. One more time.
Do you think that this liquidation that we experienced yesterday is going to kill October and the bull market in general? Because there's so many people scared.
I don't. We've seen charts that in the past years, in the past cycles, there's been a massive liquidation event just before the massive green candles. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Plus, I think we're kicking into utility.
Let's hope. Yeah.
Damn, I second Chenzo's. I'm not even going to say shit. Yeah. I second that.
We're going into utility.
Even with blockchain, I mean, does he push back in right now? Like,
if you look on blockchain shit, he did make another comment like yesterday or 2 days ago, and he said that he did buy some back, but he's being real coy right now. He's being real modest. He's being really, really humble. So he wasn't like, yeah, bitches, I tripled my bag. Like, he's not like that. He's like, yeah, I bought some back, but there may be some more retracement. That's what he said. So that's floating around right now. The possibility of more crash, even though we're recovering slowly right now, relatively slowly.
I don't think
who's afraid, not me,
year.
Nova. Go ahead, Nerdy.
I don't think anything happens this year. We keep going lower.
You think we keep going?
Everything's inflated, and everything is tied to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is tied to the stock market. So if the stock market is over leveraged, like I think it's like double, it's like 90%, and we're seeing the effects of this with trade wars and tariffs and whatnot. I think we're going to a slowdown more than we do to a ramp up.
Well, J.P. Morgan and I think Citibank both just called for a stock market crash by the end of the month. That could be the final one. That could be the final one.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I do have to hand it to you, Nerdy. You've been saying that for a long time. You said, nothing until 2028. But at the end of the day, you don't think that we're going to have some like fucking supernatural type shit happen? Like an emergency type shit?
Oh, yes.
I mean, this year? I think we might, bro.
This or next year. Oh, yeah. 2020, we had the C word. And then this or next year, we get the cyber pandemic, or we get something. The comet. The Atlas fucking 3i something's happening in the next 12
The comet.
In my opinion.
The comet.
Solar flare, the comet, or cyber pandemic.
J. Roy says pump incoming. He's all hyped up from them fucking BSC memes. He's pumped. I want to know what the fuck Apex thinks, bro. What's up, Apex? You're on the show. Welcome to the show.
What up? It's been a while, fam. How y'all doing?
Good. Are you gonna call?
Good,
Are you gonna do like a blockchain backer style call, or what are you gonna do? What's happening right now?
No. I mean, I think the reality is the heat he's getting. It's social media, right? So it's like there's always going to be outliers on either side of you when you have an opinion, right? Did he know? Like, I don't believe I don't believe he had any insider information, obviously, to the crash. But even the crash, like, it's already rebounded quite a bit. I mean, yeah, we're still down a lot, but XRP dipped below $2 for like a 5-minute period, flash crash, and then came right back up. But I'm not really surprised. So heading into the end of September, there was kind of internal talkings on Capitol Hill that they're not going to pass this budget, right? And as much as we want Clarity Act to get passed, it's not going to happen while the government shut down, right? So this is just kind of taking all the attention. We're almost into 2 weeks now into the shutdown, which is basically just consuming all of the legislative time, right? So they're not, yes, they're talking about Clarity. I think the Democrats leaked, kind of their demands for the Clarity Act. But, after Clarity got passed in the House, and Congress came back from Congress came back from their summer recess, it was very clear that, my opinion, Clarity is not going to get passed. The Senate is going through their own markup of their own bill. That seems to be the path they're taking right now, right? They're not even if we get past this budget thing and they pass it, which eventually they will. It's going to be another 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks. Eventually it'll pass, but nothing is in terms of market structure is going to get done before then, right? So I started saying at the end of September, I said, hey, like, some form of market structure bill will get passed. More than likely, what I'm seeing is the Senate is going to pass their own version of market structure. They're not going to take up Clarity Act. They're not going to mark up the existing Clarity Act. At least that doesn't seem to be the case based on what you're seeing. And so they've got to pass it in the Senate, and then it goes back to the House. Then the House has to pass it before it goes to President Trump, right? It's going to be their version of the bill. So I think more than likely Q1 2026 is when it gets done. But then the other thing you got to remember too is kind of with the stablecoin bill. If you read through the stablecoin bill at all, like, yes, it's law now, but there's a bunch of things in the Stablecoin Act that requires different government agencies to produce their own rule-making process for stablecoins, and they've got to first. So then those agencies have to establish those. Then they have to put them out to the public for comment and revise. So you're not really going to see. I think Brad Garlinghouse said, whatever, we're going to have a $10 trillion stablecoin market by 2030. I think large in part what you're going to see from that, we're a couple of years out from really seeing the true utility of the stablecoin bill. Pair that with the market structure bill, it's going to be the same thing, right? Now, I'm not going to say that we're not going to see a pump when whatever version of that bill happens, but I just don't think, from my perspective, I'll be happy to be wrong when they pass this before Thanksgiving, but I'm just trying to temper my expectations. I don't think it's going to happen at this stage until Q1 2026. So that's just what I'm seeing.
Ooh-wee. Very nicely said.
Yeah,
always,
Fuma.
What up, bro?
What's going on, brother? So for all y'all out here in lurker land and out here in the chat, that means our asses got to go back to work, and the shit sucks, but we'll have to think about retiring probably, are you saying 2027? Right?
I think you have to have a long view with crypto. If you're buying whatever coin you're buying right now, if you're buying with the hope and expectation that a month from now it's going to 1000x, I don't think that's a good expectation to set, and it's only hurting you. I think this is just how I've played it. I've been in crypto since 2013. Okay, I bought Bitcoin at $300 a coin. I bought XRP at sub 1 cent. I bought Ethereum at $25. I've been in this game a while, right? I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying I have experience of these corrections,
I'll say you can brag. You did it. We know it.
No. It's like you have to stay sane in this market. I've learned. That's what I'm trying to say. I've learned to stay sane in the market. And if you're new and you're doing like, I get it. Stablecoin bill passed in July, and a lot of us like, hey, Clarity is going to come in September. Clarity X is going to come in September, and then we're going to moon, right? You just got to set the expectations for your own mental health. Like, either if you're in the right coins and you've done the research, like, none of us are in control of the time. None of us can make things happen sooner than they want. So then temper your expectations. Like, do the best you can. I get it. A lot of people are stuck in some really crappy jobs. Totally get that. Like, but you just got to do what you can. You also don't want to give up the farm right now, right? Like, if you've done your research and the narrative is in place, like it's still in place and nothing's changed in the macro, then really it becomes about controlling your emotions. Like, that's really what I'm struggling with right now. It's not about, second guessing the research I've done. It's about controlling my emotions, And so that's really what. Well, and I feel that way. Of course, we all want it now. And when we have that day, we'll jump on a live stream or we'll jump on play and see each other, we'll tell our stories, and that'll be great. But until that, you got to take form, right? Don't give up the farm right now. If you're holding these utility coins and you know what you hold, then it doesn't matter if we flash crash now, because I'm thinking about where are we in 2027? Where are we in 2030? Like that, like where do you want to be? And is it worth a little bit more pain to get there? And everyone's going to answer that differently. So sorry, I know you didn't ask for a sermon on Sunday.
No, I love that, man.
I'm doing it right
Motherfucker,
now.
We miss you at Apex. We miss
real,
you,
man.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
Let's
seriously.
go.
But the reason why the reason why I haven't been here is because of my job. Like, I love being here. Y'all know if I'm not here, it's because I'm on call. I'm an on-call engineer. So like, when something breaks on the weekend, like, I don't have a choice. I've got to take the page and fix it, right? So if I'm not here, like that's why I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it just as much as anyone here.
You know who's not breaking on the weekend? Motherfucking Bishop. Let's
Bishop!
go.
What's going on?
Bishop,
Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you, Nerdy. I was worried about you.
What's up, brother?
Very good, Chinzo, everyone else, Buster, of course, and Fuma, Big Daddy Fuma. What's going on, brother?
Hey, you know how we do it.
I agree. I agree with Apex. It's no way you can stay in this game for more than 10 years and not develop a thick skin, quite frankly. With blockchain backup, there's no genius behind anything he said, quite frankly. If you look at the markets, if you pay attention for years and years, you see that markets depend, they react to people. They react, That's all it is. It's just a bunch of people. So when you get bad news, I can guarantee you there will be a drop in market. If we get a war, it's going to be a drop. When the government closes, and we've been through 3 of them. One last one was Donald Trump. Matter of fact, it was the last 34 days, the market dropped. As soon as he heard that the market was dropping, he made it, I'm looking at the charts. You can't tell like that. You can't predict the future with the charts, not that far out. But closing, yes, it's going to drop. So even I expected it to drop. But did I panic and start selling everything? No. I have the opposite mindset. When I see red, I buy. So I was trying to figure out where I can get more money so I can buy it when it dropped. I didn't think sell. I just didn't think that way because I don't know what's going to happen. See, and I've been caught out many times selling something and then not paying attention because I'm not there 24 hours a day watching the charts. I go to work, come back, and it's up some dramatic amount and I missed it. So I just learned to think the other direction. I don't like to sell and then rebuy back because that's, in my experience, it's not going to happen. I'll miss it. I've missed it many times trying to play that particular game. I'm not at the machine 24 hours watching 5-minute charts or 1-minute charts and stuff. So you have to develop that thick skin. I know, like Apex said, we all want it, yes, but I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking retirement money, not car money, not grocery money. I'm not thinking that short. I'm thinking long. So I bought some more. You know, I took some profit on very little bit just so I could catch the complete dip, and I bought it back. But it was only like $100. But I just did it just as a gameplay. That was it.
Yeah,
nothing more. Buy more.
And if you want to play the safe route, just set some limit orders, and if it goes down towards a specific, you know, if you put like $1 something or like 77 cents or whatever, and it hits that mark, then you got more. If it doesn't, well, it just doesn't hit it. Big deal. You can cancel the order. It's not a big deal.
Exactly.
So I agree with Bishop 110%.
Bro, I want to say real quick 2 points I just noticed in the chat. Daniel, shout out Daniel. Sorry you couldn't stay on. Sorry if your connection was fucked. That was a good question. Also, he says Larry Ellison bought TikTok and Barron Trump is an executive in it. So that's some fuckery, dude. Larry Ellison is a tiny hat founder or CEO of Oracle. So TikTok's owned by Oracle.
What? Say that again.
What's going on to the chat?
Daniel said Larry Ellison bought TikTok and Barron Trump is an executive in it. That's what Daniel said. And Daniel's pretty like, yeah, he's sarcastic sometimes, but it's dry sarcasm. So I'm not sure if he's being sarcastic there or not. Also, another one, Daniel Whitley, he goes, Dominion Voting Company got bought, flew under the radar a bit. It did. And now it's like Patriot Voting or something. So Dominion voting machines were purchased. So that shit's all the fuckeries amidst us. Sorry, go ahead.
No 150. If you're in California, no 150.
No 150. There you go. Yeah, dude. What's his face? Newsom. He's all up in the X, dude, going nutty. He's like, fuck Trump. He's crazy, bro. Crazy as shit. I'm like, I'm sitting there reading these tweets going, fuck, didn't we recall his ass? Like, that shit was fast, too. Like, the Californians were like, nope. Like, there were like 5 million signatures to recall his ass back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like, we like 5 million signatures came out of nowhere in like 2 days. And they had to have that recall election. And they, you know, he just cheated again or whatever the fuck they did. And he's still our governor for fucking years now. It's crazy, dude. Fucking crazy what's happening. He's on like a campaign rampage too against Trump about the shutdown and shit. They're all fighting about this stupid fucking shutdown. And like, I was seeing memes. They're like, if they're still taking taxes out of your paycheck, the government's not shut down. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the meme. Fact, bro. That's the meme going around. Like, this shit don't even matter, bro. Everything's a clown. Everybody's a clown. It's crazy. So, anyways.
Well, I can guarantee you we're gonna see some more pullback as this drags on. This happened before, and that will be people need to eat, and people will start panicking about their credit, and they will want to pay bills. So they're gonna definitely liquidate some things. Now, this the other side to that story is as that those stocks and coins go back on the market, somebody will scoop them up.
Oh,
so we're going to see, that's when you see that big rebound. Even the people who sold at the top, they'll be buying more back when it comes down. So just think about that. They will be buying more than they had when they sold it. So you're going to see this massive rebound. It's just a matter of time. And I would say it's probably right around the time they reopen the government, everyone starts to feel a little bit better. And then we might, who knows? We might be looking at a month. We might be looking at 2 months. I don't know. So we'll have to see.
Yeah,
bro, we're hot today. We got 341 on deck. Look at that shit. That's a lot of people watching. Shout out, guys.
Let's go.
And I think Nova
Nerdy's back.
Said, straight up, welcome back, Nerdy. Nova said he heard blockchain backer on X space, and he said he was hella nervous. So it shows you that he ain't just fucking like, that's a huge position. I would never get out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe at a fucking full on end of the bull run, you know, maybe do something like that. I would never.
Disclosed his position.
He said he was 50% cash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry, I thought he was like, dude, I pulled 2 million out or whatever. You know, I was like, don't do that ever.
Well, you know, we like I said before, we have to remember we have two different type of traders, right? We have people who actually are traders who are trading like day trading and in and out, trying to do that, and then we have those people who believe in the future and want to see the future change. So those are the hodl people. So we got to be careful with mixing the message here. A blockchain backer, he's a trader. He's going to trade. So he's going to go to panic mode. He's going to go selling in and out. So we can't just necessarily listen to him and follow him per se. You know, we have to
unless
remember
that's your
what
strategy
we're doing.
and you believe in his thesis, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the strategy you want to go with, then follow him. But if you are a person that's looking for long term, you can't listen to him because you'll be in and out. You'll miss stuff. You gotta find your own strategy. You know, your own.
Plus, you're gonna find somebody out there to tell you any message you want to hear.
Yeah, confirmation bias is a real bias. It's a real thing.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what about bears are real? Where should I go to get confirmed that bears are real?
To the woods.
To the woods.
The woods. Alaska. Go to Alaska.
Don't shoot me. I'm not a snowman. I'm not a snowman. Don't shoot me, Papa.
I'm gonna answer a question real quick. Highlight Whitley's post. He says, "Hey, nerdy, silver market goes live here in New Zealand in an hour. Do we pump or dump or consolidate?" I think precious metals, no matter what happens with the market, is a safe bet because in the liquidity crisis, you need liquidity and clear signs that $50 silver is no joke. That's the reason all you're seeing is economic pressure, and you're seeing the result of it, which is real assets in value actually going up. I mean, $4,000 gold is absolutely insane. I mean, literally, it was like $1,200 4 years ago, and we're now at $4,000, which is nuts.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I bought silver at $15, and it's now at $50, which is insane. So
think about it. We just went through a 45-year cup and handle. Silver. 45 years.
I think it keeps going up from here, to be honest with you. I don't think it comes down anytime soon.
You know what's really strange here in
Screech
Maryland?
ain't paying taxes. Screech ain't gonna pay no taxes. Fuck no. Gators bitches better be wearing jimmies. Gator needs his back back.
I started paying attention to silver, something going on in the market simply because here in Maryland, July, they passed a law that they will start taxing precious metals, the state tax, not of course not government, I mean federal, but state tax. And I'm like, what is this? And then sure enough, right, as they tax it, we start climbing. So I don't know what they saw, what they paid attention to, but sometimes you gotta look at those tea leaves. You read why are they making these moves? What is the government not telling me when they start making moves? When they start getting nervous, when they tell you things are not true, you got to believe that they are true. I always believe the opposite. I don't care what they say. But when you see them get nervous, then you should pay attention.
Yeah. Whitley said that silver is $87 in New Zealand, which is wild. Another one people should pay attention to is platinum. I think platinum has a big pump coming. We haven't seen the last of platinum yet.
Platinum and palladium. Yeah.
We got a lot of newbies in the chat.
That's pretty sexy too.
Yeah, I think that there's gonna be a nice pump because there's less supply of those than there is anything else. And another thing about silver, which Papa brought up too a while back, was because it was so cheap for so long, there's less of it now. So now we're going into the scarcity portion, and then you have the whole paper contract, mumbo jumbo, which is that's just fake as hell. But we're seeing everything coming in, and eventually we're gonna hit a teetering point where they're gonna do some kind of revaluation at some point in time in the next couple of years. And when that happens, everything goes up. I think the biggest sauce is Judy's proposal, and then Ripple's FedMaster account. I'm really focused on Ripple's FedMaster account, waiting for that to get approved. Once that gets approved, I think then we start seeing some price action.
This is approved. $8 Cash App, Nina Blossom. Appreciate you, girl. I got some cooking to do, guys, so I'm gonna hop down a little early today, man.
Are you gonna walk around the corner? You were literally walking around the other side of that wall, bro, to cook.
Yeah, Buster. When should I be over at your house for dinner then?
He Buster just ignores me.
You got about 4 hours, bro. You got time.
All right.
Welcome back, nerdy.
Yeah, brother. I told everyone about your rub. I was preaching about your rubs. Everyone knows about your rub. Promotion does not stop.
That's gonna be like, yo,
Troy,
right? I heard you got
Troy
that
ordered from Australia, and I wasn't sure if it got there, man, because I was getting weird ass emails from like customs and shit. But it got there, man, and that was my first order that I did outside the U.S., man. So
nice.
Congratulations. You know, customs was testing the purity on that.
Yeah.
They was testing the purity. They was like, yeah, let's see. Oh, just the real shit.
Yeah, guys, if you guys don't know, order some international around the whole world. Just hit the link, order some, and Uncle Buster will get it to you.
Buster's gone international.
Strange orders. You can start seeing money bags of money just showing up at your front door with notes. Like big 6 keys.
Hey, Buster, do you take XRP? You know, you probably should.
Not yet. We'll do though. We'll do.
That would
We
be
could.
cool. That'd be cool.
I mean, we could work on that.
Yeah, why
That
not?
would be cool.
It's just complicated when it comes to like the whole shipping stuff, because once you have to, okay, it's like the simple part about fiat and doing orders is that you know what you're getting, versus with XRP you have to worry about, you know, price evaluation, blah blah blah, up and downs, and then once you take crypto, then you have to say, you know, hey, was this order taken? So you have like the whole back end part of it. It's complicated. It's really complicated. But we'll work something out.
It's like you kind of need an instant settlement thing, right? Like you can pay an expert, but you need an instant settlement to take care of the shipping and all the different values of different materials they put into it, right? Because they could wait on the money for the other stuff, but it's that translation in real time.
Yeah, because the price, like when you're buying a rub, whatever, the shipping and stuff is like part of that equation. And if you start introducing crypto into that, you have to figure out how to pay your shipping providers and stuff like that. So
instantly.
Yeah,
because those guys will be a butt, man. You wait a day, they'll recalculate your shipping, and there's a couple nickels more. You're like, what?
Yeah,
fixed shipping is not a thing anymore. Them guys are on the fly with it. Oh, your receipt you printed out for your shipping label was 2 hours ago. Yeah, you need to do it again. Oh, it's up a couple dollars.
All right, y'all.
Hey, have a great day, man.
Have a good day, Buster.
Also with the silver, real quick, do you think it's, if I jam down in the silver store, you think they're going to give me $50 right now?
No, they're if you were to sell some,
yeah, they'll probably give you a little bit of spot.
Couple dollars under.
What's the cost now?
Well, I know they do. They got
to make a profit.
Like,
so
yeah, right here it's in Cali it's $6. So if it's 50, they'd give you $44.
Gotcha.
But I'm just wondering, are the silver dudes right now like on the collect it, or are they?
Oh, they'll always buy from you.
They'll always buy. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's legal tender, so I mean they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm actually thinking about selling some, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I sold some yesterday.
Bro, Ski Mask wants to know. He wants the explanation of the Ripple Fed Master account. Please explain the Ripple Fed Master account.
Oh, so basically, like you, how Howard, like Fitzgerald, is basically the custody provider of the back end for Tether. So if you know, they're basically the insurance part. So they have a Fed Master account, meaning that they're able to print Treasury dollars. Because there's two kinds of money. There's like public money, and then there's bank money between private dealers or primary dealers, which is like only 24 or 26 people, 26 banks, entities. If Ripple applies and gets approved for that, then they'll be on the same level as a Fitzgerald, which is massive. Because then basically what you have with the whole like Treasury, Tether, and Bitcoin situation, which basically treasuries are being washed within stable coins. That'll be with Ripple, and the cool part about Ripple is that with the RLUSD, it's more legit than Tether is, because they have New York licenses and so on and so forth. So that whole ecosystem basically, so whatever's happening with Bitcoin right now and Tether right now, literally that whole ecosystem gets migrated to Ripple and XRP and everything within RLUSD, within that little trifecta. And that's literally what we're waiting for, because when that happens, then everything just fucking pumps. So it's gonna be a waiting game, and I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. You know, like Apex, you know, 2027, 2028. I agree with those timelines 110%, because what happened in the housing during 2008 was the Dodd-Frank Act, and all those things were basically to prevent another crash from happening in the housing sector. I think we're gonna have another bill come out, but it has to do with, you know, like treasuries or something like that, where's it going to come with some other act? And if you look at what the government is doing right now, is they're buying back treasuries. Like the thing that just bought back like $2 billion worth of treasuries, or 2 trillion, something like that. I think that was like on the 7th. But they're getting ready for this switch over. So we're just watching everything happen in real time. So just, chill out, keep buying while it's cheap, because it won't be cheap for too long.
Yeah, I saw that in the articles, guys. If you're looking for that, they announce it as like debt. U.S. government buying debt back, and that's what he's talking about, treasury bills.
Yeah.
So crazy, bro.
Yeah. So what happens is like within this fractional reserve system, and because they removed all backing, there's no level to anything. Everything's kind of like a free for all, which is why you're seeing everything like inflate. We're seeing everything being so expensive, and you can see it with foreign exchange. So like people's the amount of the convertibility. So like right now you're saying, our silver is $50 and New Zealand is $87. That has to do with fiat money. But we're going to see this go further and further away, where the convertibility is going to be larger and larger, to the point there's something's going to have to level shit out, where it can't be too big. And that's where you get gold injection. But we have a fractional reserve system, which is never going away. So you have to have some kind of liquidity injection, which is Judy Sheldon's proposal of 50-year convertibility with the bonds. And I think that's how we get this major pump that we're all waiting for.
Mm-hmm. Crypto Mountain Man goes buying back debt with more debt borrowing.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah. What do you think about the ETF shit? Like, I know that's a lot of that jazz has been going on X right now. Claver in particular, and a lot of other people talking about spots versus futures, because apparently ETFs that are futures, ETF futures are they don't have to buy the asset directly. It's all paper. And then when you've got when you got the spot ETFs, that's where they actually have to buy the XRP. So how would that affect things? Supply shock is being talked about a lot by Claver too, and a lot.
Yeah, but like even at the spot, it's still not 1-to-1. You're still buying the product,
right? Yeah, no, the person buying into the fucking ETF is not getting the.
They're not getting
the
XRP.
fund itself is buying.
Yeah, you pay a premium when you use an ETF, but using an ETF, there's some like institutional investments wouldn't allow you to buy assets directly. They would require to use an ETF as the mechanism to gain exposure to it.
Exactly.
So when you see ETF, it's not really designed for retail, although retail can. It's more designed for a specific institutional use case.
Yeah.
So do you think that like when this shit pops off, all these spot ETFs get approved and starts being used and stuff, will that be a major catalyst, or is it just one little slice of the pot?
My opinion is one little slice. The reason why is because essentially, I don't know if you guys saw, I think it was a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, where the SEC essentially is just going to not have a formal review process for these ETFs. They're going to have like the rules that you have to follow, but it doesn't seem like basically the SEC, you're going to have to like self-disclose, yep, we're following these rules, and now we're going to launch, right?
Damn, they're just like, SEC's just washing their hands of everything. There's
right.
You know what this leads to, right? Apex.
100%. Yeah. Sorry, this ends badly for a lot of people. And actually, I think that'll be probably the next wave, right? Personally, my opinion is I think we will get a substantial pump from the Clarity Act, and maybe even ETFs too. The thing that I'm not sure with the ETFs now is now that it's basically on institutions to just pinky promise that they're following all these rules, right? Instead of having to go to the SEC and have them approve it, right? I think there's going to be a lot of bad things that happen as a result of that. A lot of people getting scammed, and then the pendulum will swing the other way. So basically, you had Gary Gensler who said, we're not going to approve anything crypto related. And now we have the pendulum has swung completely the other way, complete deregulation, right? Where the SEC is saying, hey, we're not going to approve any of this as long as you say you're following these rules. It's fair for you to launch your ETF, right? Well, then enough people are going to get burned eventually, right, from bad actors that I'm sure the pendulum will swing, probably not the whole other way, right? But it'll swing back and people say, we need more protection. So, and that's just kind of the phase that we're in right now. So answer your question. I think it's interesting now because potentially the barrier to market for all of these institutions is very, very low. And so depending on how fast they actually launch, you know, we were talking about how XRP, there was what, like 15 ETF applications for XRP
17.
that were going to be approved. Essentially, the SEC has gone to those applicants and told them to revoke their application. Why? Because now they've disclosed their regulatory path forward of just pinky promising that you're following all the rules to launch. Again, that's a loose paraphrase. You can read the press release if you want. And so now it's like, okay, how soon can they launch? I don't really know the mechanism of what that looks like, but potentially now we're in a more diluted position, right? Where you're going to have a lot of ETFs coming on to the market in a very short time. And for me, I think you're going to have, at least initially, a small amount of money, some institutions, but probably mostly retail at first, chasing however many ETFs go live, right? So I think if anything, it's probably not super bullish specifically for XRP, just because I think it's going to depend on how many ETFs launch at once, and you're going to have a limited amount of capital chasing way more potential ETFs. But
exactly,
we'll see.
You know what else they never mentioned? A continuous monitoring strategy for the ETFs.
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
Like
Is that where you're going to go, Fuma, with where this goes?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know it.
When I saw there's no continuous monitoring strategy, and for all y'all don't know, that means like you get an audit every year. They log into the accounts, they see how much you say you have, they look at your cold storage or whatever, they mark the times, they look at the ins and the outs and all this stuff. They didn't do nothing. They're like, go forth and slaughter the market. Right? I was like,
yeah.
Look at this one that just came online the other day. How'd they get it there? They just ignored it until the time ran out, and it's automatic for the futures, I think.
Dude, it doesn't. You don't need much to launch Fartcoin ETF. Baked beans is all it takes.
but I mean,
this sounds like a way. This sounds like a way to grandfather in Tether in particular, because that's the one that usually has the most problems with being audited.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they bring these rules online, that would, and the Tether is not legit.
Well, did you hear Tether's launching their own chain?
Yeah, they got to launch another coin, man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
They said that coin's jacked up, bro. They kind of admitted it. Am I wrong, Apex? They're like, yeah, we're going to launch a better coin. That's
I don't think they've ever admitted it. I think anyone who's done any depth of research on Tether knows it's trash.
For real.
Yeah, they literally said it, man. You got to admit, they were just like, yeah, we're going to launch a new stable coin.
Well, now, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, too, just with the with the stablecoin bill.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work with, are they going to, how are they going to deal with redemptions right now on Ethereum or Tron with their or any of the other networks that their coins are wrapped on, right? It's an interesting problem that they'll have to solve. But I think, and maybe this is financial advice. I never give financial advice, but I think this is good financial advice. With what is coming, it's really going to be on you more than ever to do your research on the coins that you hold. I mean, we always say that, but if you're kind of, and I'm just going to talk frank because we're in crypto church right now, right? If you're a degenerate gambler, when it comes to your coin and you're just buying a coin, like you're buying Fartcoin because it's trending on CoinMarketCap, and Fartcoin launches an ETF and you're going to put 20% of your retirement on it. I'm just saying, don't be mad at Paul Atkins for not protecting you, right? Right. But that's really what they're saying. That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
The SEC is saying who is in the best position to make financial decisions for you in America? The current SEC is saying not Gary Gensler, not the government. They're saying it's you. So then it is on us to do our research on the stuff that we're going to buy. And if you lose it all in a Fartcoin ETF, when you can't redeem it, because they had crappy disclosure or they weren't following the rules, again, that's on us. Like that's effectively what the SEC is saying to crypto investors right now. So
you know what's scandalous? It's like, how can I say this? I appreciate them being so progressive, and it's the only time you'll hear me ever use the word progressive because it's negative in my brain. But anyway, this is they're like progressive in this sense, but you're like, bro, you really not gonna have an auditor here?
Right.
You really not gonna do this?
And so that's why you can kind of see the next chapter of this equation, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the chapter we're in. You can literally see what's going to come next. Now, I don't know if that's in 1 year, if that's in 3 years, if that's in 6 months, but you can see, because we've seen this movie before, right? Nerdy brought up financial crisis. Like,
100%.
if you've done any little bit of studying history or financial markets, like at all, we've seen how this movie plays out. And so just position yourself accordingly. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm gonna help you all out.
Okay,
You know who's positioning themselves? Jim in Japan and Bajan Bain. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Go ahead.
Get over here.
Real quick. There's a really big factor with all this ETF stuff that really a lot of people are not considering. Is that, okay, let's just say, you know, you have your spots and you have your futures, okay? All that is dependent. So the futures, the entity that's providing you the contract doesn't really have to hold that much XRP, and they're all buying it from the same market. Okay, and then with the spot, it's not 1-to-1. It can be 3-to-1, 5-to-1. It can be literally be 100-to-1, but you're still not buying like the direct XRP. Within that whole equation, that's just the from the market. That means from the exchange. But XRP itself is not being used or utilized within any of that. You're just buying the product itself. You're just buying the asset itself. Now, within that whole equation, the ledger itself depends on utility, meaning use case. And because you're not using the ledger, I really don't see a big price evaluation happening from any of this stuff. I really don't, because it's not how any of it works. So
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, Nerdy.
I think a lot of people are gonna get let down when all this stuff gets approved and all these ETFs get out, and they don't even see that big of a price action.
Do you think there'll be at least a speculation pump though on the news of the launch?
Definitely.
Again, that goes back to what Bishop was saying, that it's all people, right? It's all emotionally driven. So when people
Bro,
are like,
monkey business. I'm not gay, but it's nice to hear Nerdy's voice drop the mic. Ooh-wee.
Whisper in his ear, Nerdy. Be like, yeah. I know.
No homo. No homo.
Monkey business. Oh, monkey business. But,
right, gentlemen. Sorry.
I feel bad for people who think that, you know, just because we get ETFs and all of a sudden Bitcoin XRP is going to pump to the moon. Like, nah, bro, that's not how any of this works. I think the biggest factor for XRP to pump is with RLUSD, with the Fed master account, and then buying treasuries and using it through RLUSD, because XRP is actually being used within that mechanism.
So I'm gonna tell you,
was that an applause by Apex?
Mic drop.
100%. People are not talking about that enough, and people aren't talking about what happens when they get that, and how many banks will use Ripple for that liquidity that you'll never hear about, because that will happen. I guarantee it. With the number of markets that they're in and the partnerships they have, like, it's going. Yeah, that's why I'm applauding Nerdy, because nobody's talking about, or sorry, very few people are talking about that, and I think that is way more big of a deal.
It is.
Than to have a crypto company have a Fed master account.
It's
massive. That crypto company's utility token is for financial global
Right?
settlement.
Right?
Like, just Google Fed master account, learn a little bit about it, and like have your mind be blown.
Fucking massive. So I just think people need to chill out and stop listening to a bunch of other people on like, who are just, because, bro, it's been 5-6 years since we've been in this industry, in this market, and there's been so many. And, oh, wait till this happens, and then this gonna happen. Wait for this, and this gonna pump this, blah 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 blah, and we've seen nothing. That's because
and let's add the chart readers into that too. I have to add the chart readers. They've been predicting breakouts for at least 5 years. You can't you cannot write
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while,
right?
Yeah, every once in a while. Clock is broken. Clock is right twice a day, right? So I mean, just because they're right once, you got to look at how many times they're wrong, and you can't read charts like that. They were never meant to be for that. I mean, minute to minute, yes, minute to minute. If you're sitting there trading on the minute or even the 5-minute chart. If you're sitting there right there ready to push buttons, yes, it works. But months, years down the road, they just don't work. I know it looks good. You see the pattern, but it's a confirmation bias. I mean, you can't predict the government closing. The government just closes, or or we bring out another war. We don't know when that stuff is going to happen. And I can guarantee you, people are people. They will pull their money because they're terrified. So the market will drop. If you hear about a war, it's going to drop. If you hear about something positive, if we find a vein of gold in Texas somewhere, it's going to go up. I can tell you these things right now.
Well, hey, I need you guys to walk me through something real quick, Nerdy and Apex especially. I'm just going to give a scenario, and I want you guys to walk it through because I need to do this out loud.
Run that shit.
Run it.
These ETFs are being offered. People take their money, whether it be from their 401ks, they cash some of that stock out or whatever, but they run into these ETFs, right? They buy the product. The product does not in turn buy XRP and store it, right? They just take it, put it in a coffer, and they say, I guess when they say, hey, we have the ability to buy it, right? But we have the ability.
It's a promise more than anything.
No, that's true with futures. I think spot, there's some sort of like you have to hold some. That's the primary difference between spot and futures.
Let me keep walking this through with you guys. Without an audit, without regulations, we know they're gonna cook the books.
Oh, for sure.
I've been in IT for a while. People be cooking the books. You gotta uncook them. They cook these books. Let's give it a 4-year run. Get this current presidency out the way. Got another one. We're cooking with another one. We get caught saying we have X amount of Ripple, and we don't. We only have a lower amount, but we took all your money, and where's the money at?
Oh, so you're basically blood, Delta. Welcome to the show, Delta. Look at that motherfucker right there.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? How's everybody?
Good. You sound like you're in a toilet bathroom under the ocean.
In the truck.
What we're like raiding early in the morning. Finish him.
What Fuma is describing is literally what's happening with silver and gold contracts.
So what happens then? Well, they get caught. The jig is up. We got your money. It's not really in the bank. We burned you, and we don't have the XRP. Then what?
So there's really two scenarios that play out that are especially bad. The one scenario is just you have a bad actor, a bad company, depending on how big that company is. It can affect X amount of people, right?
It's going to be a lot of people, a lot of companies.
Think of FTX, right? You've been around for 3 years, right? The FTX collapse was that November 2022, 2021. I can't remember exactly. But basically, it was discovered that the FTX exchange was a huge Ponzi. They were taking in people's assets, they were lending it out, spending it. And so what happened is you had a major market event where people tried to redeem their assets, right? And they had a margin call and they couldn't pay it. That's why they went under. And that's what kind of exposed the Ponzi, right?
All right, Delta's got his shit up. Delta's got his shit up. Say some shit, Delta. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I'm just here to tell you guys, be careful with Tangent. Okay? During the crash, I was swapping some coins, some XLM for another coin, Caspa. I was trying to do some trade. So what happened is there was like a message, like an error message. They took my coins and they never gave it back to Caspa. They haven't given it back to me. And it's been 2 days. Or my XLM. So just be careful with Tangent, guys. Use decent. This is not the first time I have issues with Tangent. I've had so many issues with them, bro. They're super fucking shady.
Why'd you keep using them?
Hey, man, I try to give him a chance, but I guess
you must be dirty.
Stop using them. He's in all the way, bro. But yeah, just be careful, guys, with Tangent.
Yeah, that's us. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate that, Delta.
Delta. Thanks for coming on, brother. That's the balls.
I had
big
to give
balls.
it to you.
Big ass balls. Thank you. Love it. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Sorry. So that's one way it goes bad. A bad actor, they get exposed. If they just get audited and they don't have it, usually they get fined, right? Unless it's like they get audited and it's a true Ponzi, and then kind of the jig's up and you got to go to court and litigation, and maybe you get fractions of what you was held in the ETF back. But the way it goes really bad, and that's actually where I think it goes, is if they settle into their current status for what crypto ETFs look like, is then you create a systemic risk, right?
Yeah.
Where you have so many of these companies, or the the leverage in the system is so high. You have some market event that creates a margin call where you get billions of dollars, if not trillions of margin calls, and you've got multiple companies that can't pay it, right? And that was kind of like the mortgage crisis, right? When Lehman Brothers went under, is nobody knew how bad the Ponzi was, right? Until
you just described Lehman Brothers. You just described Lehman Brothers.
And so it depends on how big does the house get before it falls down. And it really depends on how many bad actors or how systemic is it in the market. So it still ends badly either way, right? One, you might be like, if you were or another example, Celsius, right? Celsius went under as well. And so like if you were on Celsius or used Celsius, which a number of us did, or a number of us had assets on, like it really sucked because maybe you got fractions of, what was held by Celsius back. But like from a market perspective, like the whole market wasn't, long-term affected by the Celsius going under. Luna's another one, right? So it's more like how big of the systemic risk is, how big is the house of cards per se. And the problem with an over-relaxed or a too relaxed regulatory framework is it just gives more opportunity for bad actors or bad practices to happen throughout an entire market, and it's just a bigger problem to clean up when it goes bad. But I don't know. Sorry, I kind of took over the mic. Maybe Nerdy's got something else to add.
Fucking love it, Apex. You take the mic anytime you want. Go, go, go. Love it.
The reason why I brought this up, Nerdy, and I need you to comment on this, is there was a lot of people applying, or a lot of different companies applying for ETFs, not only specifically XRP, but there's a lot out there. I mean, 17 is a lot to me just to start off the bat, right? Just off of wave one. I think it's going to get out of control. I think they're going to lie, cheat, steal, and crash it.
Wherever there's money, there will always be robbers.
100%. And I think we're seeing that right now with Sailor. Like, I believe Sailor, like to Papa's point, I believe that the Lehman Lynch situations is Sailor's, whole situation, because his is basically the whole is betted on the future valuation and it's super over leveraged, so that can completely crash the market at any point given in time. And then when it comes to all this ETF stuff, like we've seen what happened with JP Morgan with silver. Like they've been fined so many times and all they did was just pay the fine, and it's like it still hasn't been audited. Like not a single reserve has been audited.
Pocket change.
Yeah, so they can. So what can happen is on Fumo's point of people self-evaluating themselves or self-auditing themselves. I mean, this can go on for years until some other regulation comes in and says no, we're gonna have to do regulations through an entity or an authority or whatever. But we've seen silver and gold be manipulated for years, and it still is, and it still hasn't been audited. Even the Fed, it hasn't been audited. So who knows how long that manipulation happens and how long it takes place until something really, we get some kind of honesty.
Real quick, I dropped in the chat the source, the official SEC press release for generic listing standards for commodity-based trust shares. That's in the chat if you guys want to read it. They published that on September 17th of this year.
So at the end of the day, you got to self-custody your gold, your silver, and your crypto.
Correct.
You have to self-custody this, guys. Correct. You have to, because we know they're gonna run train on you. We know they're gonna run train.
Yeah. To be fair, Fuma has since day one advocated for self-custody. Amen.
Oh, they ran train on me with Voyager.
We could just list again. If you've been in the space a while, you could list 24 companies that have just run or screwed up people's money. Voyager's another one.
If you're not physically holding your precious metals, you're not physically holding your assets within like some kind of hardware wallet or whatever, then you don't own anything. Your holding is dependent on some other entity ensuring you that they hold it. But that entity can fade away and just fuck off with all your assets, and you can't do a goddamn thing about it.
I believe in self-custody stocks now. I don't think E-Trade and all of them should. I don't think there should be always be an option to hold it yourself.
Well, that's the whole point of tokenizing, right? That's the whole talk of tokenizing.
Stocks. Off of E-Trade. I think all that stuff needs to be tokenized because them guys are screwing people over on transaction fees. And when they fold and take up shop, we'll give you money. We'll give you a portion of your money down the road.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen a stock certificate in your hand?
No, they cook in the books.
That's a valid point, Papa. That's a valid point.
Yeah,
Bro, we got fucking hard light on deck, and then motherfucking Jim and motherfucking Bajan. You haven't said a damn thing. Get over here. Come here. Let's go, Jim. What do you got, bro? Are you there? Are you there?
Fatality.
Fatality.
What do you got, Jim? What do you got to say?
Fatality.
What's up, bro? Give us your piece.
Apex, I gotta ask you so many questions, bro. Can I ask Apex another question?
Yeah, go for it.
When are you coming out with your next report, or did it come out and I'm a dumbass?
No, I stopped doing them.
Why? You scared?
That's a lot of
They was
work.
coming after you,
No,
bro.
busy. Well,
a
and
lot of
I think
work.
a lot of like what my software was doing, you can do with AI engineering, like with the right prompt and the right MCP server, like you can do it yourself.
But nobody's doing it. That's what I'm getting at.
I know. Someone asked me like a month ago. Yeah, so I haven't done them for a couple quarters now. So
Oh, we noticed. I noticed. You got me out here flying blind in this aircraft. Like, oh shit! I want to get some other stuff, but I'm not sure.
yeah, it'd be interesting to run it. It'd be interesting to run it and see how the dev count has changed for sure now that we've been in. Because when I started doing it, I had a thesis that my thesis was that active dev count could somehow actively predict price appreciation or decline. But if anything, after doing it for a year and a half, so I did the report quarterly for about a year and a half. So right before, no, and I retroactively ran it too. So basically leading up to this bull run and through this bull run, and it's not a leading indicator, at least that I found in any stretch. It's a lagging indicator. So basically, price precedes active dev count in almost every statistical way. So
price precedes active dev count. So the price is always higher when there's less devs. Is that what
yeah?
you're saying?
So price goes up on a coin, like within a 6-month period, you can almost predict there's going to be more dev activity within 6 months of the price appreciating. Again, if the price goes down, you can almost predict within 6 months that the dev count's going to go down. That kind of makes sense, right? Less money. It's like stock price crashes, right? There's less money in the company lays off, right? So my hope was maybe there was a way for early stage cryptos where you could find some diamonds in the rough where it's like, there were a couple, like I knew like WorldCoin was one when it first launched that had a lot of active dev count before the coin officially launched. But it hasn't been an indicator for, say, price. Correct. My hope was like, oh, this coin has 200 active devs on it and it's been stagnant for 6 months and it just shot up with dev count. Maybe the price, maybe that's a predictor that it's going to go up in the next 6 months.
I mean, so don't tell us here.
Fuck a boating accident. Fuck a boating accident. Daniel lost his precious metals in a helicopter crash. Aim for the freeway, Daniel. Aim for the freeway. Let's go.
Real quick, Fuma, before you go. So
My
basically, with what Apex is discovering is, which I believe is the same thing, which is like, you see the price appreciate on a coin, and everybody wants to get in, so they start developing or making things. And then when the price of the coin depreciates, then people are like, oh, I can't make my money on this. I'm going to start building whatever I was building. Go ahead, Fuma.
Man, so let me ask this. And if you have the answer, you may not want to tell us now, but fuck it, tell us now. Did you find the sweet spot for the dev? Like the dev sweet spot is 300 to 400 or whatever. And when they hit this number, it takes off then? Did you find that sweet spot?
I think those dev numbers.
No. If I found something like that, I would have kept doing the report and I would have shared it with everyone. Because that was my goal of doing it, right? Was to find a predictor, right? That could help identify where the price of a project could be going. And I never found that. So
okay, I'm gonna look over my shoulder real quick. I don't want the people to see me. We need to know what's going on the Casper network.
Look, Casper is merging with Hedera, right? Isn't it Hedera? They've already.
I didn't know that. I heard something, but did they really?
That might not be the right word, but Hedera like acquired them or something like
one of the big developing groups went over to Hedera. One of the big developing groups, but there's got to be somebody else developing on that blockchain right now.
Well, there's one big thing about Casper is, what they have and nobody else has is upgradable smart contracts, and they also have the backing of IBM and Linux and so on and so forth. So I've been stacking Casper for years, and I'm still bullish on Casper. I don't care what the price is, because eventually it's going to come to some point in time where everyone moves away from Ethereum, wants something more efficient, something better, and that's where Casper comes in. From my understanding of now going into AI development is understanding that models do need to get rewarded and paid to have a greater or less bias, because that's how it works. That's how they tell the truth by getting paid. And I believe that DAG, Quant, and Casper are the major players within that equation when it comes to AI agents. So when this whole AI agents thing pops off, I believe Casper is going to be the one.
So Apex, you gonna run that report or what, man? I'm not trying to be a dick, but we need them reports back, bro. We need them reports back. The gorillas out here need your reports. And if I need to pay you, so be it. Let's walk offline and get that done.
Hey,
Probably.
Apex, what I'm gathering from you,
yeah.
Go ahead, Papa.
Yeah, what I'm gathering from you, Apex, is when you do this report, the information you're gaining out of it is lagging so far it doesn't do you any good in the present.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I mean it's still helpful information, but anyone can get that in the current state of AI right now. Like if you had a good prompt for ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, like it's all publicly accessible information. So I have a Python program that runs to generate that pulls from the open source code repositories the dev count for a particular period of time. The goal is to say, hey, how many people, like, right, with crypto, everything's hyped, right? Depending on what part of X you're on, everyone thinks their coin is going to go to the moon for X, Y, and Z. So to kind of cut through the marketing fluff, I created a program that just goes out to the open source projects and says, hey, how many people, active developers, are actually building on this network? And it aggregates that data. So it helps you say, hey, someone might have a very popular marketing campaign, but there's only 2 devs building on it. There's only been 2 devs building on it for 3 months, right? That was kind of the goal of it. But with AI agents now, like with a prompt, like anyone here could find a prompt that could pull that information for you without me having to run it on 500 blockchains. Now, maybe the shortcut is, not 500. I think I'm up to 300 chains is what my program does now. But effectively, someone wanted to say, hey, Casper, how many active devs does Casper have in the last 6 months or year? With the right prompt, like anyone can pull that. So for me, the niche for what I was doing didn't seem like it had a strong enough need for me to continue to do it.
Apex, product idea for you. Since you already have the basis, take that, put it in NAN, and it's automated to like every week or every month. Every month would probably be best. And then within that month, it will just make the report, push it, and then it would update the site to the repository, whatever, and then boom, you get your report. I'm just saying that could be a thing. And you can charge people a subscription for that. Our subscription service would be like, reports every week or, every few days or whatever, but it could be a business idea. I'm just saying.
People said that too, but I don't know. I don't really have a heart to charge for what I do right now. The reason why is, I don't know. I think God just put on my heart. Like I've been in crypto, again, I mentioned since 2013. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. I see a lot of people continue to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. And God just put on my heart, like, help people the way that I know how to help people. Yeah. And so for me, I think maybe I've asked, hey, if you find my report useful, donate a coffee to me or something like that. But beyond that, I've never really had a calling to put it behind a paywall. And that's not to like judge anyone who does that. It's just like, that's what God's put on my heart to just, I've seen people lose like everything in crypto and I've made some big mistakes too. And so that's just where my heart's at.
Nice. So just put
Beautiful.
a tipping link. Have like a little Cash App tipping link, and then if you want to tip, boop.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I really do appreciate the support that y'all have given me, and
Definitely.
yeah, I just want to help people. Now, maybe one day when like, hey, if there's like an opportunity where someone's like, hey, because I'm an engineer by trade, hey, we're trying to integrate with blockchain. We want to integrate with blockchain. Can you help us do it? Like, sure. Like, my rate is $500,000 a year for full-time work or whatever. I don't know what the number is. Like, then I might do something like that. But for now, I'm just helpful. I'm just thankful to be a part of this community that, we have all been part of for years, right? Bishop, Nerdy, Puma, Zerk, right? It's just a blessing to be a part of it. And who knows, like once we moon and I can maybe do something. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do like engineering work for someone, once we really moon. Who knows?
So I just looked
like work is out of the question, bro, because you don't have to. Then you're free. Why would you want to lock yourself up again? Yeah.
I will do something because I won't do like, I'm not someone who just sits around, right? But it'll be, like we said, it'll be on my time, right? And it'll be fulfilling for what God's calling me to do. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Real
While
quick
my
note.
kids and grandkids work, make them some work.
There's more developers on the Casper network than there are on the XRP Ledger network. There's more devs in Casper right now. Looks like there's about 243 contributed. And on Ripple, for the XRPL, it's 168.
Did you give it a time frame or was that just a total?
That's just how many devs are working on Casper blockchain, how many devs are working on XRPL.
So that's like total probably over the whole history of the project, I would guess.
Actually, I can do a time frame. I can run a time chain.
Because if you just pull the data from I've done this a little bit. You just
Please keep going, man. We need
from
this.
the repositories, it'll give you the full dev count. So it could be like who's one? Nick Bolas, who used to be at Ripple and worked on the XRP ledger. I don't know, maybe he's still contributing to the XRP ledger, but he hasn't been at Ripple for like 2 years now. He just joined Algorand actually. But so you might be getting like the total dev count.
Okay.
And that's where it gets tricky because you could be pulling people that contributed to the ledger 10, 15 years ago when it started, but they haven't been working on it since 2013 or 2014.
So it just sees their old commits.
Yeah, because you don't care who's ever worked on Microsoft over the history of Microsoft. That's not useful. What you care about is who is working on Microsoft now. Who's working on the XRP ledger now, or Algorand, or Quant, or actually Quant's not open source, so you can't pull it for Quant.
If you're a .NET developer, I have hella respect for you.
Oh, dude, .NET.
That's all I'm gonna say on that one. You got some fucking patience.
Shout out,
dude, I'm a Linux guy all the way.
Shout out, Love Love Heel, Casper, the Friendly Ghost. Halloween is coming right on time. Shout out to you, to the fam out in the Peens. We love you. Let's go.
What's up, love? What's the deal, Pickles? What's up, lady?
I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick, Marty. Let's go.
But for real, sometime if we want to do a stream, or I have a YouTube channel. I don't really stream there often. But if you want to do a stream where we do a blockchains builder report live, y'all just let me know whose channel will make it happen.
Bro, you could just do that. You could just do a stream every month or something.
Yeah, but what do you get? I'm not doing it on my channel. I got to do it on one of your channels. My channel's boring. You just
run it, bro.
Do it
Come
here
on
or
ours.
Luma's
mine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll do it all together. Hell, we'll
do it all together.
Stream, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, for real though, we're gonna do some. We're gonna do some live debugging though, because like if I'm running it raw, there's always errors or things that I've got to kind of go through and validate. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't done it live before. I thought, oh, this would be fun. Although watching computer software run on a screen is not very fun.
It's actually kind of cool. I actually enjoy it.
But then you get like the debugging feature. Yeah. You kind of actively debug it. It's like, okay.
We start mooning, bro.
Apex? I don't know. I'm Googling it right now. I've got no idea what this error means. Like,
we start mooning, bro. Fucking thousands of people will watch you code all day long.
For real,
all day.
You don't need to watch me code. Yeah. Like you can use AI to help you learn how to code. Like I don't know. Like sorry, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Sorry, I don't know why.
Raw
I keep
dog it.
clapping down your compliments, but
Yeah, we said they're trying to get
says
him.
raw dog.
Hold on.
No Jimmy hat. Do it. Run it.
With this whole AI coding thing, okay? With vibe coding, okay? You have to understand that it doesn't put into consideration of any kind of security issues or redundancies at all whatsoever. So that means if you're building something with either Claude or Replit or whatever the hell you're using, use it for personal things. Use it for local hosted things. Don't use it for company kind of things, because if you do that, your things are going to get infiltrated real quick, because everything is basically on one page, and it's like your seeds, your keys, your everything is on one page, and then it's like, here you go, I made something for you. But vibe coding is not it. You still, like, for people who think, oh, AI is going to take over software development, no, it's not. I tell you 100%, no, it's not. It's not going to happen, because you still need real developers to actually put things, file management, and put things in the right way, in the right order, so you don't have security issues. So if you're still want to learn about software development, I highly advise you do, because the software developers are never going away.
Ooh,
Marcus says you grew horns, nerdy. You got horn. The X in the glasses is your horns.
At the X from the XRP.
Yeah.
Ooh, raw dog it. I gotta feed the pigs. I
Dane
gotta
over
dip.
here, man. Look at all me in the
Nerdy,
corner
you
over
close
here.
it out, bro. Close that shit out, Nerdy. Are you good?
Yeah. So people
Close it out. I love you. Later.
Love you. Peace out. Oh, you know what? Don't leave, because I don't have access to the account.
Go ahead.
Stay here. You have to close it out.
No, bro. Buster's on deck. He'll close it out. He'll barbecue. Close it. I got to dip, bro. I got to dip.
Okay, let's close it out right now.
Peace, bro.
No. Let it run. Let that shit run. Let him cook. Yeah,
All
I got
right.
to dip too. I love you. Later.
Love you. Peace out.
Hey, Apex, you know what's worse than watching computer data all day on your screen? Watching snow come down on your deck.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Hey, I was thinking the same thing, Bane. Go bust some shots out there,
We need some shots, Papa. We need some shots for the stream.
I don't know what I'm doing today. He said, "Why?"
Yeah. Well, people wondering where I was. I'll explain the story of where I was. So I was actually in jail. I was in jail for 7 weeks. It's because I got committed of a crime that I didn't commit. It was basically I got hit from the back from my motorcycle, and he was switching lanes. He was cutting lanes, and he was in my blind spot, and he hit me. And I have a BMW, so I didn't feel anything. That thing's a tank. And he wiped out, and they basically said that I left the scene, which is a hit and run, which is not at the scene. Had I known something occurred, I would exchange information. Of course, no problem. But that basically, I got in trouble for all that stuff. And so I was serving time for that. I'm still on that whole situation. But within this whole debacle, I was still learning. So I was still learning code. We had LinkedIn and all that stuff. So I was still learning. I was still building. But I wasn't on vacation. So that's how I grew the beard and everything, because it was 7 weeks of just
shit. Anytime you're not dealing with general population of America, you're on vacation.
Yeah. and all that taught me was how corrupt Sacramento County is, and how corrupt California is, and how quickly, if I'm going to say it straight up because it's true. If you're a brown man, or you're a black man, or you're a Mexican person, or whatever, don't expect to get any kind of sympathy from the law, because it's just that's just a fact. It's not how the county works. And because they knew I had money, they're able to just charge me up the ass of how much they wanted to get out of me. But yeah, that's where I was. I learned a lot from that whole situation. I know how to make a bunch of spreads now. So if you want to know what you can do with top ramen noodles and some grape jelly and some Kool-Aid, I can teach you some things. But yeah, it's a horrible situation to go through. And right now I'm working on an appeal so I can fight for my innocence. But it's so expensive living in this state, man. It's actually ridiculous. I spend most of my money just fighting for things more than anything.
I knew it all along. I knew we had criminal elements in our midst. I knew it all along.
But you know what? To be honest with you, I feel like I was set up because of how much I do speak online, and I do feel like I was targeted because before that whole situation, I was talking a bunch of shit to Gavin Newsom, and I was talking shit to Elizabeth Warren. And then
Oh,
all of a
you
sudden,
know they was gonna come, bro.
yeah. So all of a
Bro, I
sudden,
got targeted by the FBI, not FBI, the IRS once because I was talking shit about taxes online.
yeah.
And,
So
and I literally said they're gonna come after me because I'm a black conservative. And I
Yeah.
got shit out of me. I got audited like crazy. And then it came out later on, and years later, that they're auditing conservatives who speak out.
yeah.
And I told
So
my wife, I was like, y'all thought I was crazy. I was telling you they was so, but
no, but
go ahead,
they're
bro.
so if you think that you're being attacked, you are literally being attacked. So any kind of conservative voice or someone who preaches the word or any kind of insight that's happening, they are listening, and you are being targeted in one way or the other. They will get you. So just be aware of that situation, because it is true. We do live in a in a messed up place.
So I tell you, the people who like my engineers who work for me or whatever in real life, I have a policy. We always tell the truth. We always be honest, so we can sleep at night and no one can hold anything against us. If you always tell the truth, I know it's hard to tell the truth sometimes. If you always tell the truth, you always be honest. And if you just don't lie, instead of lying, just don't say nothing. Be quiet. Just
Yeah.
But when you start telling the truth and it inconvenes other people, oh man, they come after you, man, and they'll belittle your character. They'll lie about you. They'll genuinely lie about you. Oh, you did this. I mean, I had a person who didn't like me, and I'll briefly say it just like this. She was a director over me and didn't like me because I was honest. She started a rumor that I had been arrested and went to jail and stuff like this. And then in my evaluation, she said this stuff, and I go, "That's a lie." As if I went to jail, would I be sitting in your office right now? Would I have all these clearances? And she looked. I was like, "That's slander. Who said this? Let's take this to trial." Like, and then it was like, "Oh crap, you're right. I was lying. I was slandering. I wrote it down, and I didn't think about that you would be smart." So,
yeah, and like when something occurs, they always like, if you look at California's cases, 90% end in plea deals, and the 5% of cases that actually do go to trial, 85% of them get dismissed. So you have to understand that like California depends on plea deals, and they get paid $500 per inmate per day. So it's a business.
Ooh.
So this is why you see, so if you this is why you see a bunch of homeless people or a bunch of whatever that get caught in the system who don't want to leave the system because they don't really understand the whole dynamic behind it. But people like us who actually have a life, who actually are building things, they know they're gonna just take money from us. But like they also hit you with different deals. So for my deal, they're like, "Hey, take the plea deal and we'll give you 4.5 years. If you don't take the plea deal, we'll give you 8 years." I'm not going to spend 8 years of my life in a place where I don't belong. So obviously I took the plea deal. So now I'm dealing with this whole situation, and like I have to I'm on probation for the next 2 years with the contingency. If I fuck up, then I have 4 years I have to deal with, which is crazy. And they gave me a violent strike on top of that. So it's like, they really screwed me over. They took away my gun rights. They took away everything from me. And I think they did that on purpose, because how the hell can you get hit from the back and then say that you hit someone? And then during the prelim hearing, both parties lied. They blatantly lied and had camera footage. I hired an expert. I did the whole 9 yards. And even the judge that I was dealing with, the bald white guy, and he was like, "Oh, give him time." And it's like, what the fuck? Like, it was just ridiculous. So my advice to anyone, if you do get in trouble, do not speak to the cops. Just comply, whatever they're asking to, just comply. But get a lawyer, bro, and don't ever take no deals, because it's actually garbage. But I learned a lot from this whole situation because it was my first offense, and I'm not a criminal or anything like that, but I learned a lot from this whole situation. That's for a fact. Go ahead.
They also monetize your court cases on the open market. It's easy to look that up as well. So after they
man,
yeah, that's crazy.
You're right. That is crazy.
One thing you can do is a FOIA request. Tell them you're going to do a FOIA request in the court for I believe a 1099A for their IRS filing. Sometimes that'll get the judge to throw the whole case out.
Damn, I didn't know that. See, I'm learning a lot of things out of this whole situation.
And if it were me too, if I had good enough footage from the court and from the accident, I'd post all of that on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Well,
public opinion will usually end up in correcting your situation for injustice. So I have a BMW
the DA's got to get reelected, right?
like that, but that just sounds crazy to me that somebody would just hit you with a motorcycle, and that if you didn't intentionally cause bodily harm, it's a victimless crime.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They try to get me with intent. Like, so during the prelim, they're basically it was the wife. So check this out. It's a family. It's a wife. It's a husband, wife, and a brother-in-law. Okay, and it was the husband that was driving, and he's the one who struck me from the back, mind you. And so the crazy part is that they're able to get footage from the light before, but there's another camera on the intersection that the incident occurred, but for some miraculous reason they're not able to grab footage from that perspective, from that camera. It's like, okay, what the hell? How does that make any sense? And then you have the whole he say she said stuff, and in California, if a woman says something, it trumps any kind of man's word, which is another big bullshit situation.
I would also get an investigator to look into any prior insurance claims that these people have had. See if they've had previous damage.
Yeah, they got 15,000 out of Geico from this whole situation, and then the dude's bike wasn't even that damaged.
One time I rear-ended a woman who was texting because she suddenly stopped at a light. The angle that my truck hit her at, she tried to claim it on her insurance that I damaged the whole other side of her truck, and I took pictures of everything right after in camera footage and caught her lying, just blatantly. She was like a habitual, vexatious litigant. So you gotta do some investigation on these people to kind of like prove meritless claims. Sometimes it's all about character. Once you go to court, that's all they care about.
Yeah,
and color of law.
Yeah,
and these codes, all of that.
And these people lie out their ass. They're blatantly lying, and it's like, how can you just lie and just destroy someone else's life when that's like, man, bro. It's so fucked up. So
perpetual claims victims of not to disparage anybody who's ever been on it, but like perpetual habituators of like welfare state, everything. All they want to do is take money for nothing because somebody else has it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had a guy lie on me and say that he didn't see me give a lane change signal when I was changing lanes to go right into like a gas station. They don't call them driveways, but like to enter a gas station. Yeah. And I was driving like a really small car when I lived in Ohio, a Toyota Echo. And, he did like a Geico claim on me. And I said, for you not to have seen me, if you didn't see me with the amount of time, with the amount of car lengths that you were behind me, if you didn't see me, you wouldn't have hit my right tail light and made me swerve in the direction that you swerved. You would have hit me more head on. You wouldn't have been like that far over to my right and had like 2.5 seconds to correct yourself. Because I remember how far you were behind me. Yeah. Because I saw the front of your car. So for you not to, I said you either had to be going like very fast all of a sudden or not looking, because if you were looking, one, you wouldn't have hit me at all, and two, you wouldn't have hit me on the far right because I saw you when I signaled. And the guy, and my wife's like, Geico's calling me about blah blah blah, and I said the guy's lying.
100%.
The guy was a good, almost like 3 car lengths behind me. He had plenty. I said, even if I did change my mind at not really the last second, but even if I did change my mind and said, I need to get gas before I go back to the house, he had plenty of time.
Yeah,
like, come on, dude. And so I say all that to say he could have, had I hurt somebody in front of me, or had something else happened, or had I damaged some equipment or something in the gas, whatever, gas station or whatever. I wasn't that close to the gas station. I was like maybe 8 or 10 feet to the left of it when I made my decision to turn. But anyway, had something happened and there had been a car right in front of me, he could have, the car in front of me could have said something like, "Oh, intentional," or because the cops, when the cops came, they were like, his word against yours, and then the insurance claim came later. I told my wife, "Don't pay it." I said, "Don't pay it. The guy's lying. Just challenge it."
Yeah.
I said, "I saw him. He wasn't anywhere near me." I said, "Maybe he sped up and I didn't see him. But if I'm making a right and you're literally right behind me, you're not one lane to my right or one lane to my left. Dude, you had to do something really weird or not be paying attention to hit me while I'm going that slow."
Right. And and that was my situation. It was kind of similar to my situation where I was going straight. I was lane changing, but the guy admitted that he's been riding bikes for 10 years and he cuts lanes and likes to block people in. So if he's admitting that during prelim, basically he has an aggression problem and he thinks that he's kind of superior. And then he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect his car to be so fast, blah blah blah." Well, that's your fucking fault for chasing someone down and then bumping into them and you wiping out and then say, "Oh, that person hit me." It's like, no, bro, like you were being an aggressor and you're trying to chase me down. Because we all
you want to dox him?
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not doing nothing.
I'll go look up the case number. I'll dox him.
It's nothing like that. It's just like it's like the whole situation doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, take away somebody's
slide. He didn't let you slide
freedom.
when you had to go do time. Why you letting him slide? He didn't let you slide when you had to go do time. Give me the case number. I'll look it up and I'll dox him. How about that?
He's not letting him. He's not. He's not letting.
If you want to look it up,
no, Bang, dog. We ain't going. We ain't going for this. You don't know me like that. Nerdy know me like that.
I'll send you information.
Case number. I'll dox him on my show. How about that? You see how everybody's starting to dip. I get him. I'll dox him.
Do you have
if you about that life of lying, we're gonna expose that out here.
Yeah, he's a dickhead, and I think they've been doing this over time. I think it's a repeat thing. I think they just do this because they had his wife was in an SUV and then these two were on a bike, and then she was the one who was able to take a picture of me and blah blah blah. But to lie to the officers and say that I had intent, which is absolutely bogus. It's crazy.
Can you hear me? See where they went, who they are, to dig deep. This may be an expose. I'll put this on Fuma Boys.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that you're still at fault if it's clear that they ran into you as California no fault state.
So if they're saying you had intent, what's the charge? Vehicular what?
Oh, they tried to hit me with the 245, but I ended up with the 243, which is basically to try to say that like I intentionally hit them with my car. I was just trying to. I think it aligns with like.
Is it considered What is it? What's the charge when you're like inebriated and you harm another person's vehicle? That's like reckless.
It's I think it's considered manslaughter at a certain degree at some point.
Well, manslaughter if they die, but I mean
if they died, but like even like with great bodily injury,
there's like an intentional like if you. Like the people that have hit people like for racial reasons when there's like been a protest and the driver like purposely swerves into the what's that called? Vehicular. Even if they're only hurt.
So hold on. You got hit with 243, right?
Yeah.
Man, how that includes domestic battery, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Which is crazy.
They're saying you intentionally use the car as
That's what they're trying to say, that I had intent to use my vehicle to purposely hurt another person.
Yeah, it says
as a weapon.
Battery,
as a weapon, which is fucking ridiculous.
Force or violence on another person.
Yeah, but how can that happen when someone hits you from the back? It makes no fucking sense.
I think
it's fucking it's scandalous. It's fucking scandalous to the max.
The physics ain't physicsing.
Yeah, the physics ain't physicking. That's why I hired an expert. Even the expert was like, "Nah, bro, that's not how that works." So, it's just a really shit situation.
It wasn't a domestic one. Was a person an off-duty cop? Hold on. Was a person an off-duty cop?
No.
It was a 240 B or C or something like that.
They charged me with an A.
Are you looking up Cali or are you looking up just in general, like national?
No, I'm looking up California.
Yeah, California is weird.
Nah, that's stuff when you get hit from the back. Ain't that's why when dude hit me and I swerved, I was like, you're looking at me. You have 2.5 car lengths to see me. I stopped looking at you once I saw that I was in front of you to turn and get the gas station and not really like endanger. I mean, I wasn't even near endangering anybody. Obviously, it wasn't anybody in front that I could really. And I was like, dude, you saw me. So you had time to correct what you were.
Yeah, and the crazy part is
that
that
you hit my right.
Yeah,
you
and
got
I have
a crappy charge, bro.
Yeah, and then I have camera like street camera footage where it's basically like you can see the two of them traveling behind me. So if you're traveling behind me, how do I have intent to hit you with the front of my car or any portion of my car? And there was no brake checking at all whatsoever, because if there was brake check, then you would have physical damage to my car, which I only had a tire scuff mark. You can't.
So let me ask you a question.
That's the other thing.
Before they gave you the 243, what was the one they was trying to go for?
They're trying to give me a 245.
Okay, let me see what 245 is.
Which I was like, hell no.
Well, that's nerdy. Nerdy. That's the other reason I told my wife not to pay it, because I said, if me changing lanes caused him with that much notice that I mean, I know it takes a car. I know a little bit about how much time it takes a car if they're 2.5. I know how many seconds it takes.
Yeah.
That's why I signal when I do. I said the fact that he didn't slam on brakes means he was distracted or doing something else and didn't see me. Because if a person did that and you all of a sudden looked up and saw it, you would try to avoid hitting them and he would have slammed on brakes. He didn't slam on brakes.
Right.
So he wasn't looking.
Exactly.
So this is how they try to get you, bro. I see why they gave you the 245. Not that you did it, but I see
43. They try to give me 45. But
yeah, they were trying to go for a 245A, which is assault another person with a deadly weapon or instrument other than a firearm. So they're trying to qualify your car as instrument other than a firearm, or by force likely to produce great bodily damage. That obviously didn't stick. So they probably said, okay, we're gonna have to move it to a 243.
No, because nerdy was in front of dude. In front of girlfriend.
So the question is
so they couldn't.
Hold on, man. The question is they give you a ticket, like an automobile ticket? Anything else on there?
No.
You didn't get no ticket? Like, I mean, like you should have got like reckless driving.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they came to my door, knocked on my door. Two peace officers came, knocked on my door. I gave them the story, and then it was like, "Oh, you're under arrest." And then they try to say that I was resisting arrest, which they threw out that charge because they're assholes, and I had the camera footage, whatever. And then so it's like, man, this whole situation is trash. I literally feel like I was attacked.
Why did the law officers say that you left the scene?
Because when they did the accident report and he wasn't there.
Exactly. But had I known an incident occurred, I would of course I would exchange information. That's not a big deal. But for someone to chase you down and then them hitting the rear bumper of your car because they braked and then they didn't brake in time and ended up scuffing my car. I didn't feel anything. Like I literally didn't feel anything whatsoever. And then it was just like that was the end of the situation. And on top of that, he was in my blind spot. So when I looked at my rearview mirror, there's literally nobody behind me. So me just thinking, I'm just, that's the end of the situation. I'm going home. And I was just trying to get home as quick as possible because, it's just a whole bunch of ruckus. I don't like to be in any kind of situations like that. And then when I came home, they were like, oh, you left the scene, hit her, blah, 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 blah. And then boom, they hit me with
how many days later did they come? Was it the same day?
Same day, but it was with like less than an hour. Within the same hour.
So the couple took your tags.
Yeah.
How did they have time to get your tags?
The lady was in the SUV and she took pictures of everything.
Okay.
So
it's a setup.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a setup. So
and they had bodily injury too.
Yeah, they added GBI to the whole situation, would fuck me up even more.
But did they have like a hospital report?
No, there's no report. I have the full thing. It's like 166 pages. I have the whole report. It's like
I'll be glad if you want some help with that. I'll be glad to look that over for you.
Yeah, man.
I've I've read a lot of records from agencies I worked with, especially in California when I used to do collections. I've read a lot of scandalous stuff. And if not, I could point you in a direction for some help.
Right now, what I'm working on is my appeal, and I'm trying to go to the appellate court and try to redeem my innocence of some sort. Because I really don't like how they gave me the strike and all that stuff. Because that really fucks me over big time. Not just for now, but like my whole life.
So you get a strike before being proven guilty?
No, that's a PTI. This is kind of like a PTI, pretrial intervention, but under special circumstances. Ask me how I know these things.
Was their bike destroyed too, or anything like that? Or
no, his bike was. It's just a few. I have the pictures of his bike. It's just a few scuff marks here and there, but
yeah, because I don't know how California. I don't know how California works, but in Texas, if something like that happens and somebody calls the police, the first thing the police say is, "Anybody injured?" They say no. They said, "All right, exchange information. That's it."
Yeah.
So you might want to check the protocols for that for California. That sounds like some
California. They were trying to get some money out of this one.
Yeah, they were, but if they did it illegally, then everybody's in trouble over there.
How much they get from your insurance company? 15?
They got 15 from the insurance, and out of the whole case, they got 21. I spent 21 on the whole case.
So hold on, I'm talking about the plaintiffs. They got 15.
Yeah.
From your insurance.
Yeah.
And then that means the lawyer, he gonna clock at least 9. He gonna clock at least 6.
No, the lawyer got 12.
Shit, he got the break.
Yeah, I gave the lawyer 12. Then I had to pay an extra for the investigator and all that other shit.
So nerdy.
Hold on. There's different avenues. Okay, let's talk insurance money. Then we'll talk out of your pocket. Insurance money. They got how much 15. From the insurance company?
15.
Okay, so the lawyer got a piece of that. And then you had to pay out your pocket because the courts are grimy. You had to pay for your lawyer.
Yeah.
Right. And then after all that's done, shaking and baking, man, you was probably on probation. So what you paying $300 a month?
It's $420.
Damn, boy, for the bracelet, for the ankle joint, and then you got to go see old boy downtown.
Yep.
Kobe, you gonna make it pee.
Yep.
Damn, dog.
So nerdy.
No
was
alcohol.
The
Hold on. No alcohol. No weed. No alcohol.
No nothing.
Damn.
Yeah. Until Christmas. What's up, John?
So was the closest camera a business camera or a camera that the state had?
The state.
How close? About how close
it was
the camera?
It was right at the intersection. Maybe like, yeah. Go ahead.
And they've watched that.
Yeah.
So they gave you
the state has watched that.
They gave you a probation for 2 years?
Yeah, probation for 2 years and then parole until Christmas.
Okay, so you got to see the PO to Christmas.
Yeah, because they gave me 90 days in, 90 days out. And the 90 days I did half, so it was 45 days, but ended up being more than that.
But that $400 charge is per month for 2 years, dog.
Yeah.
No, they got you.
No. The 400 is until December.
Okay, that ain't bad. Okay.
Yeah. But you have to understand that I'm literally selling crypto and I'm selling precious metals to pay for all this shit. So me being online and talking about how much, my bags and this and that, like, screwed me over. So I highly suggest people who do have whatever you're holding to not mention it to anybody, whether it's on social media or anything, because you will be targeted because they are trying one way or the other to get your shit.
Nerdy, you can leave the state?
Nah.
Not for 2 years.
He's a state resident now.
Yeah.
Now he can file some paperwork if he want to go on vacation outside of the country, but will the reciprocal country allow that? That's the other thing you got to deal with. Canada.
Yeah. Whatever happens after 2027. So my thing ends in August of 2027. I think I'm out. I think I'm done with this country, to be honest with you. I have had it. I'm done. I'm done with California. I'm done with this state. I'm done with the country. I'm done with all this bullshit, corruption.
Your probation ends in August of 2027?
Yeah.
But you have to go to court.
I know everything is done. Everything's been settled.
Oh, that's what the adjudication was, that you'd be on probation.
Yeah, the plea deal is what I took out of the whole thing because I also had to pay for bail too. So bail was like $7,000. So that all that shit cost me coming out of my own pocket. So luckily I'm financially literate, so I was able to save some money and have something for this. But I didn't intend
But
to
not for that.
use his money for this.
Not for that.
Yeah, now I went from like thousands of XRP to like hundreds, so it fucking sucks ass. And I went from like having a whole bunch of precious metals to only having like a little bit left. But it's something better than nothing. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop building and trying to get everything back. I will one way or the other.
So you're, for lack of a better term, you're like counter-suing. Not that they sued, but you're challenging everything.
I am challenging everything 100%.
The rights restoration process. This is called the rights restoration process.
You say there was another camera that they haven't been able to access, like a better.
Yeah, and that was right by the police station, which is crazy. So you're telling me that the police station
was a business or the state? The other
it's
camera?
a state. It's the one on the lights.
Oh, that's FDOT. Oh, that's the DOT. That's what CDOT they call it, California Department of Transportation.
Mm-hmm.
They should have the footage. They
should have the footage, right? They're supposed to have the footage of every single cam, of every single traffic light, but they, miraculously they didn't have that one, but they had the one before.
Do you expect any more than Epstein?
No.
Do you?
Right?
So,
Of course, there was that footage.
Seriously.
The question is that really their camera, or did they outsource it to a third-party company that's dealing with that camera? That's what you want.
It's just corruption. They have the footage. They have they can prove my innocence, but they don't want to because they know that they're gonna get money out of me.
You can always open up a ticket at the help desk at the Department of Transportation for that footage.
I mean, I could, but to be honest,
that ticket, boy.
To be honest with this whole situation, like I've been dealing with this shit with California. Like I'm 35. So I've been dealing with this state ever since I entered my 20s, and they've taken me for so much money, and I'm just at the point where I'm just trying to get over this situation, move on, start my brand, start my business, start my company, and then if I'm able to establish that, then I can live wherever the hell I want in the world and just keep things going. But I am done. I am done with this country.
When you advise people not to say anything to the cops, are you saying that they asked you to re-describe the accident?
Well,
you said something that was
so the cop was asking me questions, and then I said something, and they basically used that to prove that I had intent, but it wasn't. I wasn't trying to prove my intent. I was trying to prove my innocence, that I had no intent, but they just used my words against me. So that's what I'm saying. If you ever get in a situation, to stay quiet, because their body cam is recording everything, and they can use your words against you real quick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can say that's going to help you.
You describe probably like a physical movement.
Yeah,
like a physical reaction, like something physical.
Well, they're trying to guilt trip me, and I was trying to tell them like, no, that's not what happened, and they basically used that to prove my intent, which is fucked up.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to talk to any peace officer whatsoever. You can
never answer the door ever. If they want to talk to you, they can do it in written or over the phone. Either way, it can all be recorded.
So when they showed up, they had like a warrant or
then nothing. So like I would tell people, if you're a law-abiding citizen, you can be a law-abiding citizen, but just be careful to not be too patriotic and think that everyone's on your side, because this is not how it works.
I'm just trying to think. Like
you got an A, so a 245A, that's a misdemeanor.
So like Fuma, if
43,
he hadn't answered the
43 Fuma.
If he hadn't answered the door, I'm just taking it to the extreme of like not telling him.
Like if you don't open the door and stuff, you're basically like you're showing guilt at some point in time.
You're almost like resisting in a sense.
You're resisting, and I
wasn't
really
you just answer the door. Fuck that.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I answer the door when I want to answer the door. I don't answer when I don't answer the door. You got a warrant? Come on in.
Yeah,
that's that. I answer the door for sheriffs.
I have
like,
I have a bunch of family members that work for law enforcement, so I have no problem. I have no beef with law enforcement whatsoever, and I have a bunch of family that's work for the military, so I have nothing against law enforcement or anything like that. But they do take you for a fool, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, so I was not on vacation. I was in Elk Grove, chilling with a bunch of other people. And
not Chicago, but California.
Not Chicago. California. I mean, I met a lot of interesting people, and made a lot of connections, and maybe
you met some bag holders.
Yeah, I met some people. I met some people who had federal cases, which is crazy.
You met folk that have bags.
Yeah, I met some people who had some wealth, and then hopefully, this was just a God giving thing that I just had to go through, and maybe I changed some people's life. Maybe some people are gonna change my life, but I'm just taking it for what it is. I'm not trying to stress about it too much, even though it's hella stressful and fucks me up. But
so you could
it
use
is what it is, man.
Hey, I got a smartphone in there.
No, they give you this this cheap ass tablet, this Android tablet that barely even works, and they have like LinkedIn. It's called Adovu, and within the Adovu app, they have like LinkedIn, and you can learn classes and earn certificates. So that's what I was doing with my time. And then
so when you, for not to get in your business, but when you had to move, for lack of a better term, coin around, you were home or you were in there?
I was in there. Yeah, so so first I was in county for 3 days, and then they moved me to the this other correction center, which is in Elk Grove, and I was there for like the rest of the time. But it is garbage. It is absolute. That is not my environment whatsoever. I'll tell you that much.
They put you on a list. That's just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this country 110%. I'm not living here. I'm out. You might find me in the Philippines or something, but I'm out. I'm fucking out of here 110%.
If you come to Southeast Asia, we got you.
Hell yeah. I believe that I might be in that region 110%. Because this is
Come
not
down
it.
and see me in Belize. Come down and see me in Belize. We'll find you a spot.
100%.
Go down there with Navi and bags.
Yeah, I might be chilling with the bag man. 110%. 110%. But
it's not funny though. Not yet.
Yeah. But
maybe 2 years from now it'll be funny, but it's not funny.
Yeah, but if you're considering moving to California, or you live in California or anything like that, just understand that the state is 110% corrupt. 110% corrupt. And the people who run the show are also corrupt, meaning that the DAs are all talking to each other. The DAs and the attorneys are all talking to each other. Everyone's eating at the same table. And if you think someone is there for your defense, they're not. Everyone's reaping your case and making a profit off of it.
Yep.
So it sucks.
The system is not your friend.
The system is not your friend whatsoever.
They all went to law school together. They all went to law school together, and they belong to the same legal association.
Exactly.
Judges Association.
Exactly.
This one used to clerk for that one, and this one is in the same bar association as that one. And
exactly.
Using an illegal entity against you. As simple as it gets.
Yeah. So
I would look into doing a status correction for your what you are as a citizen of the United States of America versus U.S. or state citizen. That'll help you out a lot, especially with this.
Yeah, drop your information in the private chat, and we'll connect so I can get more information, because you're very educated on all this stuff.
Yeah, all I have is
definitely do a Freedom of
a
Information
YouTube
Act
channel.
on yourself.
I'm trying to get on X, but I got blocked from getting on X back when it was Twitter, and it won't let me get back on for some reason. I have to use a different phone number.
I've been curious.
Is your channel still up, Nerdy?
On myself for so long.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Bijan.
Go ahead, Bijan.
No, I said I've been curious to pull a FOIA on myself for so long. I almost pulled the trigger last year, just out of curiosity.
Do it.
I think it's everyone should do it, to be honest, because people don't really know what's going on. Everyone thinks that everyone is innocent and blah blah blah, but nobody knows what they're really doing with their name.
What's your channel again, Nerdy?
Hold on. Let me link it.
Nerdy at Gmail. That's stupid.
Right? It's stupid. Stupidest fucking thing in the world. So I put it in the comment, and then
okay, Nerdy. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna subscribe.
And if you go to nrdx.me, that's all my links. So any kind of social, anything I have will be there.
Okay.
love the way everybody dipped when we start getting heavy. Into
Yeah,
it.
they're like,
Everybody
oh,
dipped.
If they're following Nerdy, they're following me.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
subscribed to you.
Everybody was.
unsubscribe to you.
There's football on. Let me get out of
Yeah,
here.
let me go watch football. It's just crazy. But
Fuck that nigger.
hey, you know what's something funny though is that they placed me with the others, and then I really wasn't getting along with them. So the paisas and the blacks, like the northerners and the blacks, adopted me, and then we were just hella cool with each other, which is pretty tight. So I had this saying. I had this saying
Cali
with
system.
yeah, I had this saying with the paisas where it's like paisa power torta pounder, which is it's fucking hilarious. Which is like, you know, they like to pound the big girls, which is fucking hilarious. But
Because motherfuckers ask you what you're in there. Motherfuckers ask you what you're in there for.
yeah, and they're like, oh, that. I was like, bro, you don't even belong here. I was like, yeah, you telling me? I'm with actual criminals, like for actual murderers and actual like crazy fucks. But it's crazy. Nuts.
No, to charge somebody with trying to hurt somebody with a vehicle. Come on, man. What are we?
From the back of my car, from my bumper, I only have a scuff, which is ridiculous. It's fucking.
You would be surprised how bad the insurance codes are. One time, the wind blew my door open as I was opening up at a Costco parking lot, and it dented this guy's Mercedes, probably about a quarter size, and my insurance put it down that it was damage to a vehicle / bodily injury when it had nothing to do with anybody getting touched or hit or anything.
That's crazy.
The bodily injury part raised my insurance $150 a month for like a year.
God
and
damn.
they would not take it off because it was attached to that other. It was a one coded, just a slash mark.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get them to
That's why-
to take it off, so I canceled them.
That's one reason I've been telling.
nuts.
One reason I've been telling people for 5 years that the self-driven thing is going to be an insurance headache.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Insurance is
Yours
a
is
scam.
self-driven. Mine's self-driven. Yours
Yeah.
is robotic. Mine's robotic. Yours hits mine. It's like, okay, there's no law. There's nothing written in the code for any of that.
There isn't. All this did was convince me to buy a Tesla. I'm gonna buy a Tesla. I'm selling my car and gonna buy a Tesla because at least I have cameras. The funny part is that I was putting a dash cam on my car, but when I was doing it, I pushed too hard on the mirror and it cracked my windshield, and I got mad because I cracked my own windshield and I gotta pay an extra $300 and some to fix that. But had I just mind my anger and just continued to put the camera on, I wouldn't even be in the situation that I'm in.
Just
But,
get one of the kits with the front and reverse camera for like $200 on Amazon.
I'm buying a Tesla, bro. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm buying a fucking Tesla and let that shit record on all the time. It is
Wow.
what it is. That's another way to force people to get to the EV scene.
Yep.
Police state
Another
vehicle.
W for Elon.
Right, another win for Elon.
Another W for Elon.
Hey, maybe there were some Teslas in the area when that happened. They might have recorded it.
No, there wasn't. So in front of me, there's this old lady in a Taurus, and then in the middle lane, there's this dude in a truck, and then the far right lane was open. So I was in the far left, and then I checked to see if no one was there, and no one was there, in the far right. So as this guy was trying to chase me, I went from the left to the right because there's people in front of me, and I didn't want to hit nobody because I have no intent of harming anybody.
This is two lanes only where you were.
Three, and then
You were on like
I'm on a main street, like, you know, this happened off of Greenback. So if you live in
So there's like a left, a center, and a turning, or like a left, a center, and a right.
Yeah, so there's like they all go the same direction, but
Mhm.
yeah. So as I'm exchanging lanes, I go into the lane that is open because I was traveling at a high rate of speed over the speed limit, and because I'm trying to get away from these folks. And as I was doing that, the guy who's switching lanes was in my blind spot, and then comes and hits me because he was trying to block me in because he's trying to break my mirror or whatever, and he wasn't able to do that.
That's the bike.
That's the bike. So, yeah, it's just a really
Sounds
shitty
like
situation.
sounds like a coded this. It was off of the street was called Greenback, huh? Like money, huh?
Yeah, right.
Greenbacks. It's where they were trying to get you. I'm telling. I bet you those people are considered vexatious litigants, which means they had a lot of lawsuits against people for a whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't doubt it.
I definitely would look them up.
Yeah.
You need to create an entire arsenal to get this case completely thrown out and get your money back.
Yeah.
Especially with the value of what you're saying, you had to lose
20 grand out of my own pocket.
Yeah, but if you were having to get rid of crypto to do that,
yeah,
that's the value on that's still yet to be determined. That's countless.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
and that was like most of my XRP. Literally most of my XRP gone to the case, which sucked because it took me a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, I would I posted on your post. I commented, so you can respond to me there until
Nice.
I can, and then I'll send you a couple of channels, but you're gonna have to do a lot of your own research. But just
Yeah, because Nerdy's not good at research at all. Nerdy sucks. That's his Achilles heel. Research.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that because he can do that, he's going to want to read stuff that's specific and go, okay, where does this apply it in California? You want to talk to these people, XYZ. So I'll put some channels there that you can look at and make contact with some people that are
Nice.
pretty proficient with understanding of the law.
Mhm.
And I would, for me, if I had to give up that much, I would definitely be spending as much time as possible looking how to get it all back and then some.
Yeah, another part of the whole situation is if let's just say I'm trying to do the appeal and I go through the appellate court, whatever, and I gotta hire another lawyer. That's gonna be another like 10 to 50 grand. That I have
Maybe
to
you
take,
don't. Maybe
know?
you won't though.
I don't know, but it just sucks.
If you can do the research or find somebody that will help you, can advocate for you for little to nothing, and then once you get it thrown out, then you can go to Southeast Asia or wherever you want ASAP. So you got to think about what's your time worth as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do.
Yeah, all this stuff is just it really ruined my future. I tell you that much. It stresses me the hell out. But at the
Call
same time,
Fox News.
Yeah, I'm like to be honest with you, I really don't think this is gonna go anywhere. They're used to these kind of things and they know they can get away with it.
Yeah, cash grab.
Yeah, because like I only have a certain amount of capital, and I'm not trying to spend all my capital on a case on a what if. I'd rather just just shut the hell up, just take my punishment, write it off. It's a loss, whatever, and just keep it moving. Because whatever I do have left,
sometimes that's better.
Yeah, and whatever I do
Sometimes that
have
works out better.
exactly, and whatever I do have left, I just conserve it and just keep building projects, and hopefully people buy my projects and stuff, and I just reaccumulate through providing a service or a product or whatever, and I'll be back to where I was. Who knows? I mean, we do have a good support team here, a bunch of good viewers and everything. So,
Gotcha.
So yeah, it is. I'm just writing it off, to be honest with you. It is
So
what it is, because I'm already 20K down, and that shit hurts.
Yipper.
Yeah, so Nerdy, I'll probably send you. It's probably easier for you to send you my info. But I have a colleague in Sacktown, and he for years and years and years he was the executive director of the Judicial Committee of California. He's retired, but he was he was also like the chief lobbyist for the Judiciary Committee of California.
Yeah.
He's in Sacramento. I'll send you my stuff. I want to put you in touch with him.
Put it in the
Real
private
good dude.
chat. Yeah, and I'll
Yeah,
hit you
yeah.
up.
Yep,
But
yep,
yeah,
yep.
that's the spiel.
He knows
Now you
the
guys
he
know.
knows the system. He knows how the judges operate. He knows what sounds like crap when he hears it.
So now I have to wear this stupid ankle bracelet because I'm on fucking parole.
Is it was it considered a felony or something?
Yeah, they gave me a fucking felony, bro.
Wow.
Some bullshit. They gave me a felony
Try to
and a
hurt
violent.
somebody hurt somebody with your ride.
Yeah, they gave me a felony and a violent strike, so it really fucked me up big time. So there goes my insurance. My insurance is already going up. Everything that I already was paying for is already going up. It sucks.
Unbelievable.
I know. But that's another thing though. They like, if they know you have money, they're like, oh, you can afford it. It'll be fine. You can just take the loss. It'll be fine. It's like, God damn, you guys suck. I've literally given California at least $100K at this point of my life. Just fucking nuts. So I'm done giving California money. I'm over it. I'm moving out. So whatever. I'm just gonna learn, build my company, whatever I need to do, and then it is what it is.
Come to me, nerdy. Come to me.
I'm coming, Papa.
You'll love it.
I'm coming,
You'll
Papa.
love it, nerdy. You'll love it.
100%. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm done. And I gotta give a shout out to Berserker though, because Berserker came to see me, and it made me smile and gave me updates going on. So shout out to Berserker for being a real one.
That's great.
But it sucked because while I was in there, I was trying to call my own family members, and literally no one was picking up. So that kind of was an eye opener too. It sucks. So the Blue Crew is literally more of my family, literally than my own blood family, which is even more crazier to consider. But
as Papa found out when somebody tried to take his tried to house his bags.
Yeah. I mean, Bill, like I'm a Canadian. I'm dual citizen, so I'm Canadian and American.
Oh,
and I
really?
I could go back to Canada, but how is Canada any different from where I'm living today?
Oh yeah, they're worse.
It's the same shit.
They're worse and more expensive.
Yeah, so I am not moving to Canada. I can tell you that much. And if I did move to Canada, I wouldn't be in Ontario. I'd just move to Calgary, Alberta. I'll move to I'll be in Alberta. I wouldn't move to any other province.
Hinterlands.
Yeah. But I'm done. I'm literally done with this whole fucking Western Hemisphere. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with this whole Western
If that was me,
Hemisphere.
I'd be so over this shit if that was me.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm going to the Philippines. All I need is couple, maybe like 100K, and I can live like a king out there.
That's
So
true.
be it. Even in Thailand, I could live like a king out there. The amount of money that I
Yes.
lost, yeah.
32 to $1 in Thailand and 51 to $1 in the Philippines. 55
Yeah, that's
pesos to one.
massive. That's massive. So expect me to. I'm gonna be out. I probably at some point in time. I'm waiting for all these medals and stuff to appreciate to a point where I feel comfortable just getting rid of all of it, and then whenever I move to a different place, I'll just repurchase it there.
You know, one thing
$500
you can
silver, $500 silver coming, nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
one thing you can do,
Damn.
nerdy, kind of like a cheap silver move, is go to the bank and ask if they've got any like pre 1970 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Those are usually worth like $5 to $10.
Yeah, I got a
They
whole
don't.
bag. I got a whole bag of.
But keep doing it.
I got a whole bag of dimes, quarters, and then the 50 cents. So
Oh, there
I
you
have
go.
I have a whole bunch of those that I'm just waiting at a certain point where they appreciate to a certain point, maybe over $100 or 500, whatever. I'll just I'll get rid of everything because they're
Yeah.
90%.
Because you can just go to the
Nah.
bank and do it for free every week. Just buy rolls and then
I was doing that for a minute.
Yeah,
And
I
it's-
did
you,
too.
you can literally tell, like you can put them all together within a stack, and you
Yep.
can tell which one is silver and which one is
Yeah.
not. Even the ones with ridges and the one without ridges, it's clearly visible.
it's
But-
fun. I think it's fun.
It
When
is
I go to
fun.
the car wash, I'm like, oh yeah, start rubbing my hands together.
So yeah, expect me to be in Thailand. I'll be in Thailand for sure.
Even if you just come through
$4.
just to check it out. We got you.
Mhm.
$4 for a dime right now, I think it is.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think.
That's crazy. I got a whole bag of them. I got them all in separate little baggies. But
Bag man.
Buffalo head.
yeah. So that's why if you ever see me on the show, I'm always waving my little crypto bag because it's full of silver. It's all it's really filled with.
I'll say this: you're. I mean, this is ostensible and apparent and surface level, but you're in better spirits than I would be
Oh man, it's just because I've been through a lot of shit in life, and I've just learned to just, you can't be a whiner. You can't just be a moaning groaner. Just like always be down. We're men.
Not if you're a male.
And as a man, you have to understand that your whole life is troubleshooting. Literally, your whole life consists of troubleshooting and just dealing with shit and trying to find a problem. The moment that like being depressed is a luxury, giving up and considering giving up is a luxury. Like all those things are luxuries. But as a male, in this day and age, like you just have to keep pushing. You don't have a choice because the moment you give up,
if you're a male in the U.S., nobody GAF if you're a grown man.
Nobody cares about us.
No one gives two fucks. No one gives two fucks whatsoever.
Not that I'm saying they should, but you don't know that when you're like 19 or 20 or 21.
Yeah,
like when you're my mom and the teachers and the coach and my girlfriend.
Exactly.
And you get like over 28 and you're like, nobody gives a
No one gives two fucks whatsoever, and that's just it is what it is. And if you don't understand that at a young age, and you're gonna grow up to learn that at an older age.
That's the best thing that has to sink in when you become an adult. It's like literally like your landlord. The landlord and the credit card company and my supervisor. Nobody gives a shit.
You don't. No one cares, and that's another thing that makes you.
Kids.
Yeah, and that's another thing that makes you a stronger person is you have to remain calm at all situations and just continuously think of solutions. And once you get used to that, like you just become a better person because you're just like, okay, this situation happened, so be it. How can I solve it and move on from it? And then the money that I did spend that went to the situation, how can I recover from it? What can I do? And then you're just constantly on this thing, and then you're just like, all right, whatever comes my way, I can deal with it. Bishop said.
The thing about
real quick, Bishop said that luckily I was in a situation where I had the capital to handle my own situation. I mean, a lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are just stuck. Within the whole prison jail system because they can't afford bail, and then a lot of people who just take plea deals and are again stuck within that system because they can't afford any other thing.
A ton.
Yeah, and like the whole system is rigged like that. So I'm blessed to God. I thank God every day for giving me that financial security at that point. And so I just take it for what it is. And the way that I look at it, if God's putting me through the situation, then obviously in the future there is some kind of larger pot of wealth that's in my future. But if I give up now,
you get a plan for you, buddy. You get a plan for you.
Yeah, and I believe I have no fear. So
the caveat is it couldn't have happened to a person that's a stronger researcher. And you don't want to fuck with a person that knows how to. You fucking with the wrong.
Exactly. And I know maybe they were thinking that I was gonna go in and lose hope or whatever. But I learned so much to the point where I was like, jail is 100% of business. And incarcerations and people they're getting paid $500 per inmate per day. And the way how they treat you there is just like your amenities are just straight trash. Like you're drinking tap water and there's flies everywhere. You're sharing bathrooms with everybody and you're sharing showers with everybody. Like it's a really shitty situation. But the whole environment is meant to take down your spirit for you to just give up. But if you're a strong-willed person, it just won't phase you. You just move through it. And that's what a lot of people are asking me. They're like, "Oh, it's just like, you seem like a person that's been in before." It's like, no, this is my first time within this whole situation. I'm not a bad person whatsoever. But you have to understand, like, the situation that I'm in, like you guys are still men, like all you guys are still people, and I'm going to talk to you just like you would talk to you on the street. I don't really care if you want to act hard or do your whole gangster's persona, then that's on you. That has nothing to do with me, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to take it seriously. you can act as hard as you want. It has nothing to do with me.
Well,
but yeah,
the system has actually made researchers out of dudes that weren't even researchers. Dudes that barely read. They got in there and and they became like almost to where they could get a Juris Doctor by the time they,
Exactly. So I'm back. I'm back doing my research again, building my apps. I'm still working, so now I'm just really focusing on building my NFT collection and getting that off the ground and building my website and my web app and my ISO app, my Apple app, and trying to get everything on the ground and trying to make money off this, because the only way that I'm going to get all my money back is if I actually produce a product. So that's really where my main focus is at right now. I mean, it sucks that I have to like, nothing is free. So, and then my license is suspended for a year. So it's like, I either have to pay for Uber for a whole year to go every
Jesus
Thursday to
fucking
go to the
Christ.
office, or I have to, give my mother gas money, which is like a 35-year-old traveling with their mother to go to this fucking situation is the most degrading situation you can ever be in. Because the last thing I want to do is be depending on my mother at 35 fucking years old, right? Like, it's like I'm a grown ass man depending. Hey mom, can you take me to the fucking patrol thing? Like, it's fucking stupid. It's the stupidest fucking thing. But what am I supposed to do? So
It's what it is.
It's whatever,
It's rigged.
It's whatever.
It's
But
rigged.
yeah, but Uber has made so much money off of me. They gave me like this. Now I get in discounts and stuff for being a valued member.
Every receipt.
You'll wake
every
up next
receipt.
year nerdy and it'll all be a memory.
Yeah.
Bad
Every
memory.
fucking receipt.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm saying I am saving everything.
Don't throw away jack shit.
Yeah, I'm holding everything. Like the crazy part is that there's like this, like I bought, so knowing that I was gonna go in, I bought a book, right? It was this algorithm book, literally about algorithms, which has to do with everything with cryptograph and AI algorithms and stuff like that. And I bought the book to read it in there, but when I got there, I found out that you can't take any kind of personal property within you in there. Not even if it is a book. But if you did want to get a book, you have to order it off of Amazon, and they so happen to mail it to you while you're in there, which makes literally no sense. So that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be educating myself because that's the best thing that I can do. I'm going to be reading this book. I'm going to be building out things. And while I was in there, I took AI classes on LinkedIn, and it helped me, actually granted me more ideas of how to make money. So whenever I am coming out with any kind of product that I do come with, a lot of it won't depend on people. A lot of it will just depend on computers doing computer things. And then I'll just eventually trying to get to the point where I have residual income. And once I get to that point, I'll have a life so good that all this shit will just be my past, and it'll just be a memory.
You'll be ready for Navi or me or Bags to pick you up at the airport.
Yeah. So, and once I get to that point, like, I'm celebrating my life. So I'm not taking this as a it put me down and it hit my pockets hard, but at the same time, it's like I'm never giving up. There's not
but it's like one day at a time from here on in.
You may have lost $20,000, nerdy, but you may have made a few million in there learning something.
Exactly. That's exactly the perspective I have. Exactly.
His motherfucking soul intent.
Right.
Let's take his soul and make him feel like a fucking 3-year-old asked his mom for a ride.
It's like the stupidest fucking situation I've been in.
Who the fuck wants to ask their mother for?
Yeah, and then like when I look at other people, like other billionaires and other people who have gone through life, every single one have been incarcerated at some point in the time, and they've been through this situation at some point in time. So maybe this is my turning point in my life where I take it as a blessing. Maybe God gave me this whole situation to go through, so I can use it as a way to develop myself and become this wealthy person that I'm meant to be. Whatever it is, I'm never giving up. I'm not a person to give up. I've been through so much shit in my life. I've came this far not to give up. So whatever. And the messed up part is that the whole appeal thing, I only have until Monday, but everything's closed on Monday. So it's kind of like I'm fucked either way. So I'm just taking it as a loss, and it is what it is. Whatever. It just sucks, but that's life.
You only have what's the appeal statute on there? Like, how much time did they give you?
10 days or like a few weeks or something like that.
Columbus Day.
Yeah.
London. With his fraudulent ass.
Yeah, so like the situation sucks ass, don't get me wrong, but if I'm gonna come on the show and just be like I'm gonna be a crybaby, someone else is going to the same situation, I don't want people to give up. I want people to know, because I will tell you this part. There was before all this situation occurred, let's just get a little personal here. There was a point in my time that I actually went to the doctor and I checked the box. If you guys know what the box is, it's like you consider ending your life or whatever, right?
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I knew what it was.
Yeah. And like I'm a man that, like, no matter what I go through, I wouldn't. That's a sin. That's like the biggest sin in life, is to take your own life. That's a massive sin. And if you're gonna go down that road and you're gonna commit that sin, expect your ass to come back and relive the whole damn thing over again. And I'm not a person that I'm just like, nah, I'd rather not do that. You know, whatever God is gonna give me, I'm a student. I'll take my lessons for what it is. But just to go through that road and to just ask for help as a person, as a man who never is supposed to ask for help, really hit me hard. But it was the lowest point of my life. And then I get hit with this stupid ass situation, which put me even lower. So I feel like, you know, it could just be a test. It's just a test to see how low am I really gonna go to achieve something that I'm willing to achieve. Because I know whatever the ideas and things that I have planned are massive. I know it's going to change the world, and maybe that's the reason why I'm going through it, because once I do get that wealth, you know, maybe that's the whole point. But whatever
More
it is,
fiber. Yeah,
you
more
know,
fiber
yeah,
shit.
whatever it is, I'm not giving up. I'm still going to build it, and I still believe of helping other people out, even though they try to write me off as some crazy fuck that actually hit people with his car. Just ridiculous.
That's a serious charge. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it is very serious. And then for a first offense on top of all of that, and I don't even know these folks.
Like somebody out of the blue,
Literally someone out of the blue.
That's never done shit. Tries to. Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, whatever. That's life, I guess.
That's part of it. But like I said, send me your math, and I'll connect you with dude. He knows everything about the Cali judicial system that anybody could ever know.
What's the old saying, nerdy? What don't kill you will make you stronger.
Exactly. 100%. 110%. Right?
Yeah. It sucks.
I mean, I could just be like a crybaby. I could be a spoiled brat and be like, my life is so hard, and just start doing drugs, and it's like, you know, fuck off my whole life. But then, what good is that going to do? I'm not going to be that kind of person. Fuck
well,
that.
unless you're a girl, that's not going to.
Yeah, I don't.
Last time I checked, you're not a girl.
Yeah, I don't have the luxury. Like, I have to think about. Not only do I have to think about my future, but I have to make money for myself. My parents, they don't, like, the way they work, they aren't really that financial literate. So like there's no retirement for me. Like, there is no inheritance for me whatsoever. I'm not getting anything from them. Not like literally nothing. So I have to think about my retirement. 2, I have to think about my future. And then 3, like, marriage is literally out the window at this point in time in my life, because there's no way how I'm going to afford that. And then on top of that, I have to figure out how to make, you know, this whole situation blend over, which is it's a lot. But I don't want to get overwhelmed. All I know is that, you know, as long as I believe in Christ, or I believe in the Lord, everything's gonna be fine, because He made us a promise, and I trust Him. So I have no fear. Whatever it is, I'm just gonna keep on pushing. I gotta have a positive energy, and yeah, I'm never gonna do a Bitcoin Ben. I'm never gonna be a Bitcoin Ben. Did what he did because he was a spoiled fucking brat.
Every day you're working on the case, and every day you're working on your business from here on in is a new day, exponentially.
Yeah.
Literally like a ripple effect, from working on this to hearing from this person to advice from that person to working on your business to connections to this guy told me to, you know, it's literally like a ripple effect.
Yeah. And what I've learned
when you're down in Thailand, laying on the beach, sunning your butt with Berserker, it'll all be a distant memory.
Exactly. And like someone said, freedom is priceless. Well, no, freedom is not priceless. You got to pay for freedom.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned that the hard way. That
average person in the United States ain't got no. Average person in the U.S. ain't got no $7,000 bail.
No, freedom doesn't exist. Freedom does not exist. That is a dream. That is a fad. It's something.
Average person in the U.S. is 2 paychecks from being broke. They ain't got no $7,000 bail.
Which is true, right? Because whenever, like, for example, the crypto crash that happened, a lot of people ended their life because, you know, that was all they had, they're depending on, and that's really sad. But you have to understand, like, what happens if the stock market crashes and people lose their retirement? Then what are people going to do on that scale, which is scary. Yeah. So
mortgage meltdown.
It's a big eye opener. It's a really big eye opener. Everyone thinks that everything is fine until it's not, and I think people should prepare.
The United States is a man up country. You got to man up in the U.S. People say, "Oh, it's the richest. It's got this and the most opportunities in college." Your college is like $45,000 a year. Nobody's trying, unless you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, an architect. Fuck that shit.
Right. Well, the crazy part is that since I have 2 years that I'm stuck here, I might as well go back to school. So I'm waiting for April enrollment, April enrollment to open up, and I'm just gonna go for I'll just do double major. I'll go for CS and BA, and maybe learn something out of that and just apply it to my business, and then just
Do you have
grow.
cybersecurity skills at all?
So that's what I majored in at first was network administration and cybersecurity and all that stuff. So I did a bunch of Cisco stuff. So
Yeah,
but they
Cisco
all expired.
has a bunch of free stuff right now that I'm taking.
Yeah, but
NetCAD.
like I do have a bunch of Cisco things, but it's not something I really want to go into. I'm kind of over cybersecurity. I want to go more into the development side because I feel like there's more opportunity during the development side. I do plan to take, so right now in the meantime I'm doing AWS AI practitioner, and then I'm going to do the professional, and then because AI is literally taking over Oracle, everything or anything Oracle is going downhill. Amazon's taking over everything. And that's easy 100K. That's easy 100K. And the cool part is that before all this happened, I passed four state tests, 4 exams. So if you're gonna get a state job, you have to take exams. And I got rank 1 on all 4 of them. I got 90% on all 4 of them. So I'm gonna start applying for state jobs. Hopefully, get something like that. And I'm just focused on getting my money back. To be honest with you, because 20 grand is a big hit to my gut. So I really need to make this money back as quick as I can possibly fucking can. So then my main focus is just deal with the situation for what it is. I'm only on this ankle thing until December, and then after that I can do whatever. So in the meantime, I'm just doing my AWS stuff, building those applications, and then doing the shows, whatever. But I just have to keep it moving. I can't be the sad
For
little puppy.
for anybody listening, if you want to get AWS certifications and classes for really cheap, just sign up on udemy.com. You can get them like $300 classes for $25 on sale. I mean, I'm thinking one day I spent like $200 and I must have got like $5,000 worth of courses for AWS.
So I paid the yearly subscription. It was like $250 for LinkedIn Learning. Because that's what I used while I was in there.
Yeah, that one's good.
And I'm learning a lot from them. But I'll look into the whole Udemy stuff. But there is AI practitioner stuff on LinkedIn Learning too. But the only reason why I went with LinkedIn Learning rather than Udemy is so I can, show all my certificates or whatever, and hopefully get some kind of attraction from there. But yeah,
Udemy in school.
Shitty situation. It is what it is. Fuck the police. 110%. I was pro law enforcement. Now I'm like just anti everything, and we just move on from here. It is what it is. But I just wanted to be honest with everybody so you guys know my situation, because I'm an innocent person. I'm not some kind of fucking criminal that wants to be out here trying to take people's life. I'm not that person. But
as many people as I've wanted to hit with my ride, it's not like I've ever.
We all have some thoughts.
With my temper, if I was gonna, somebody I would have been done it.
Yeah, long time ago, but you can't.
That's the best reason to get a train horn installed on your vehicle. It'll get everybody out of your way.
I vent in other ways, in ways that don't get me into the system. Although system, you can get in the system on some bullshit too.
Right. I mean, let's just say in the future, some miraculous way, I do end up creating a family, whatever. At least I know what to tell my children. I can give them as a learning experience. And another thing is that like the way, like financially, I'm crippled right now, and there is no way in hell I'm gonna have any kind of relationship or any kind of anything like that. Is completely out of the picture at this point in time right now, which it wasn't before, because like their situation, I ended up losing a 10-year relationship. So I was with this girl for a decade, and because of the situation, she left because obviously no one wants to deal with the situation, and that kind of sucked. But then again, that makes you realize who's who in your life, And so this whole damn thing has been a learning experience. But I did realize that, you know, money is everything. Money is literally everything. And if you don't have the capital.
This girl left you when you got in trouble?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to become a country music singer, man. you got the 3 strikes for a
look at Papa look at Papa smiling.
Papa
look at Papa.
Oh, that's
look
right.
Papa.
I got some there. I can help you ride it.
You're all talking about getting in trouble or whatever. That's why I live up here by myself. There ain't anybody up here to piss me off.
Right.
That's right.
So, you know, whenever I get a mass amount of wealth, everyone's gonna be my best friend, and I'll have all this family stuff, blah blah blah. But you know, whatever, man. Honestly, whatever. Who cares? I'm over it.
Gotta pop smoke and get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to. Wow. Well, the fact that you shared that, I mean, that's like a mind blower for me.
Yep. I just want to be honest with the show because we've been honest with our audience ever since the inception of the show. So, you know,
family is family.
Now you guys know it is what it is.
Nerdy.
I can relate.
Love you. Even if you don't get rich, I'll still love you.
Love you, Papa. See, he meant the hearts too. That's pretty sick.
He's gonna get rich, even if he doesn't get rich.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I got ideas.
This is the kind of thing that if it doesn't destroy him, he's gonna get super, super, super paid, and it didn't take his soul.
Yeah. I'm not
the
giving
whole
up.
point of all this is to like dehumanize you and put you in the system and make you feel like, oh, I got to use this toilet. I got to eat lunch at this time. I got to do this when all these other guys do this. I got to fork over this information. I got to give them 90% of my bag. Now I feel like a helpless 7-year-old again. Mom, can you drive me to the fucking?
It's crazy, man.
It's like witchcraft over your life.
Fuck that shit. It takes a while to build manhood.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Like, you know, it really does. And that's why, like, when I look at other, you know, so quote unquote men who are just whining and bitching about shit, it's like, bro, grow the fuck up. Grow a fucking pair and just deal with your shit.
Yeah.
Hey, some women like guys that have been to jail. So now you go, yeah, I have. I've been.
Yeah. What's up, girl? I know
What's
you're
up?
watching. What's up, lady? What's good?
How long have you been in jail for?
Yeah.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still not funny to me yet. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that.
Well, yeah,
I had to check some motherfuckers in there too. The people are trying to test my patience. I'm like, bro, you're acting too hard. You better calm down because we could both end up in here for a longer time than we want to be.
Exactly. I'm not even supposed to be in here, motherfucker.
I'm not the one. You got me fucked up. I am not the one.
You're supposed to be in here.
I will fuck you up. We go to the bathroom right now, bro. I am not the one. Nah, but it was interesting. It was definitely an interesting experience for sure.
It's a sociological study of you and them and everything.
Yep. 100%.
It's more interesting when you go in there and you see like an old friend that you haven't seen. Oh, hey, man.
Oh, you want to know something crazy? So there was this dude, okay? Shout out to CJ because my boy CJ was in there. Me and this guy grew up in the same city, went to the same schools, and graduated the same year.
Wow.
What is the chances of that? Both had the same revelations at the same time, and both were literally going through the same shit at the same time. Like, what is the chances of that? Talk about synchronicity, which is crazy. So
when's he getting out?
That was crazy. I don't know when he's getting out, but it was just wild. It was wild. There's a bunch of other people who grew up near the same city that I grew up in. Wow. But yeah, 100% I was targeted for sure. 110%. Then yeah, Ellie, I do have a California tat right there, but that's all I have. I'm gonna get rid of that shit ASAP. Do not want it no more. But but yeah, but you know, just being in being in the environment and see how many people's lives are just done because they just don't have a mindset or any kind of Like their brains are fried. Like it's crazy to see how many 20-year-olds were in there who are just meth heads. A lot of those people were meth heads. A lot of them didn't even have any front teeth. Everything was rotted out, which is insane. But I'm just blessed to be in a situation where to be in my life. Like I still love my life, and I'm just blessed that at least God has blessed me with knowledge and being able to learn stuff. I mean, computer programming is not easy. I mean, understanding all this stuff is not easy, and it takes a certain amount of intelligence to even comprehend any of this shit. So I'm glad I'm blessed and older that I got that part, and that's for a reason. So I'm not gonna let it go to waste.
The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah. And while I was in there, we had Bible studies, we had daily bread, we had all that stuff, and I was joining. We had pastors coming in there, and I was with them. I was doing the prayers with them, saying all this stuff, and it helped. It literally did help. So it's like, and we have to understand that we're living in the devil's time. This is the devil's period of this world, and you can't let anything like that take you down. You have to have no fear. You literally have to trust Jesus. When Jesus said, "Have no fear," literally trust him. When he said that, he made a promise to you that you're gonna have a good life. And that comes from you being a warrior. It's not come from you just being a humble idiot. You literally have to be a warrior. He literally told us to be a warrior. So once you acknowledge those circumstances, you understand, hey, wait, the Bible is fucking real. This is a real deal guidebook. This is a real understanding of how you're supposed to live in this time. And if you just take the word for what it is and just ignore it, it's not. It
literally says, "You don't think you're going to be." It literally says, "You don't think you're going to be persecuted? Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. So like, you have to understand, like,
Yeah.
The brighter
than Jesus and all the disciples, are you?
And then that's the thing, though. It's like the brighter you shine, the more the devil's gonna have is gonna come at you.
Hit your target.
And you have to just say, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not dealing with their shit. Fuck you, Satan. I was made a promise, and I trust the Lord. So I'm gonna keep moving. As long as I keep moving, they'll never be able to take you down. So
basic instructions.
People gotta understand that.
Right.
The people gotta understand that the devil ain't scared of the dark.
Right.
You are.
Exactly. So
he's scared of the light. He's scared of the light. That's what you want to do.
And I'm heading it on head first because they got me fucked up. They got me fucked up.
You got the wrong motherfucker today.
They got
baby.
the wrong one. You got the wrong one.
Motherfucker.
You got the wrong one. My spirit is way too bright.
They call him nerdy. They call him nerdy for a reason. They don't call him nerdy because he's a punk. They call him nerdy because he's a researching motherfucker.
Exactly.
It's a bump. It's a bump in the road, nerdy. Bump in the road.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of interesting folks.
You got a lot of bumps to catch me, brother.
Yep.
The thing about the government is they operate like an insurance company. They operate off percentages. We get this many percentage of motherfuckers that it's gonna dampen their spirit and they're gonna lose their soul. Mm-hmm. We'll get this many. We're gonna get some people that it's not gonna crush their spirit, but that's one out of every maybe 150 dudes.
Right. Exactly.
It's an algorithm. They're gonna crush a lot of souls in the process, like the dudes you saw with no tape in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, nerdy, I'm working on NTFs. Can you believe it?
Are you really?
I got my daughter starting the cartoons for me. We're going to do something together and split it with. But I got to figure out how the hell to get them on thing.
Oh,
start playing with it.
I am literally so here's a problem with the XRP Ledger right now. There's only two venues to post NFTs, right? Like you have XRP Cafe or you have bids.com, right? Those are like the main two avenues. And Vet is literally taking 5% or something like that of each thing that you post on his. So he's making a killing right now. Now I'm building what I'm building is called XRPL operating system, which is XRPL OS. I mean, I have the domain and everything already up. So it's going to be a mobile app. It's going to be an ISO, like an Apple app. The Apple app you're going to have to pay for a reason. Hear me out. And then the online one will be free for everyone to use, but there will be a subscription thing within it. And that subscription part is part of my NFT collection, which grants you a percentage off your trading fees. So a lot of people are charging you like 3-4% for trading fees. I'm going to try to do the least amount as possible. And that's part of people holding the NFT collection. And I'm not just going to be on one network. I'm going to try to migrate this to all networks and try to get AI agents involved with all of this stuff. So what I have and what I'm working on and my ideas, I know for a fact everything that I lost I'll make back. So I'm not really worried about it too much. All I have to know is to educate myself and to make sure that whatever I am building is going to be redundant enough to handle a mass amount of traffic. But I do have ideas.
I can tell that you copyrighted it because you just dropped a whole lot of detailed information about what it is. So it's like, that's just protected as a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is. And the crazy part is that I don't really think a lot of people can build it out the way that I have it planned out, because there's a lot of things that I left out within that whole thing I explained. But the amount of things that I learned. So when I was networking in there, I learned a lot of people are not really financially literate and they have trouble adjusting to things. So I'm going to make it in a way that is super user friendly. And once I'm done, because if you pay attention to, I have my NerdyX lab, which is my company, which is, I have a Twitter page for that. And then I have my own NerdyX90, which is me. Within that, I'm trying to do a winter release. So hopefully by Christmas, or hopefully by some point in time within the next few months, I'm able to get this out and launch it out, and get this rolling, because I really need to get all that back. I got to give a shout out to Jeffrey Dahmer. So Jeffrey Dahmer is helping me out. So the first collection I'm gonna come out with is going to be 100 NFTs, but that NFT is also going to come with a shirt. So, and not only that, but the platform that I'm making is that your NFT will grant you access to this dashboard, which you'll be able to see everything, all your information. So not only am I building things for myself, but I'm trying to empower SMEs, like small and medium enterprises and middlemen, so they can also build their own things too. So I have a whole situation going on where I'm not just focusing on crypto. I'm actually focusing on, keeping America by helping the middle class. But yeah, I have a lot of things to do and build. So I'm kind of just like,
the one you're gonna release around Christmas and somewhere around that time anyway, that's gonna have where you can build NFTs on it. Did I hear that right? Or
no. So the first one, the first collection, the 100 piece collection will be access to my platform. It'll be access to the platform and then a discount on the exchange. So if you did have a collection that you did want to post, you would have a discount. So if you were to post it on, whether it's XRP Cafe or Bids, they would charge you 5%. But if you do it on my platform by holding my NFT, it only costs you maybe 2 or 3% to do so. So you would gain more of the profits in your pocket rather than me getting it. Yeah. The only thing that why I'm doing it this way is so I want people to promote my brand more rather than me getting money. I can understand money is part of the equation, but I want more people to use my platform. So, if you have a business, I incorporate my technology in your business, and I just want your customer base. And then your customer base and me giving you technology will be in an inner exchange. So it's kind of like you help me out, I help you out kind of situation. But yeah.
Damn, IMX is up 21% over the last 24 hours.
And Nerdy, if you happen to get to a point there and you get stuck and you need some technical help, you know who to call, right?
Nerdy. Call myself.
Yeah. Not this guy.
Yeah, and there's many problems within crypto right now. Like a lot of people haven't solved that I have solutions for. I'm not even going to mention them, but there's a lot of things like, one main thing was how Papa's situation and the whole help desk situation, like that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been a solution for that until like I've figured out a solution for that. So I'm going to come out in a way that, the boomer generation can come in and feel safe, because, people are going to come to a conclusion at some point in time that realizing that, investing in the ETFs are not it. And not being able to hold your own asset it's not going to be a safe route, that you're going to have to hold your own assets. And because people don't really understand that all this digital assets and all these tokens, they're master leverage, meaning that they're only going to go up in value, and you can earn your own APY on it and all this other stuff. But versus, like, for example, let's just say a company offers you an ETF, an XRP ETF, you're not earning interest on any of it whatsoever. But had you held the underlying asset and went onto a decentralized exchange, you could have been earning interest on that, right? And at that point in time, why would you even invest in the ETF whatsoever? So there's a lot of things that people are not really considering that I'm going to try to make possible.
Claver's been talking about how retail is going to get is not going to have access to a lot of this stuff relatively soon, because the banks are going to buy, banks are going to buy these exchange.
And they're going to take advantage of the decentralized exchange. They're literally trying to lock everyone out of the decentralized exchange. They're trying to make everyone go towards central points of authority. And a lot of people are going to get screwed over, because a lot of people, especially on Twitter right now, are just focused on like, oh, when the ETF does this and that, it's going to bring this amount of value, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, bro, you're missing the point. That's not how any of it works. It's based off utility, off your use case. And, the
banks aren't going to leave all that money sitting on the table.
Hell no. They're not going to do that. They're going to try to accumulate as like the ETFs. Only thing that the ETF does is enables central points of authority to buy up all the stuff from the markets. And once the markets run dry, the markets run dry. It is what it is. And anything else that a regular person sells to the market to exchange for fiat, they literally lost out. And the exchange are going to run that way, and then you're going to have another corporate entity just buy it all up. So, a lot of people aren't really thinking about this, or understand the way how it actually works. So a lot of people,
if you haven't learned the lesson of ETFs from silver, I don't know what will teach you.
Yeah, like there's so many people who are holding silver futures, but don't hold the underlying asset, and they're, it's not like you can go to wherever you're holding, wherever you are, go to that entity and be like, hey, I want my physical amount that I have invested. They're gonna be like, nope, we don't got it, sorry. Just keep buying the future.
The week after that, the week after that, somewhere or another here, real soon, a lot of people are about to learn that lesson.
Yeah, right. And that's another point that you brought. Yeah, you brought up the other point of when was the last time someone received a certificate, a stock certificate, right? So how do you know you even own those shares? You don't. You have no idea. So
even with fiat, if you come into a bag like through an injury settlement or your mom's house or something like that, and you go to one of these major banks and say, I want to take out 245 G's today. They're gonna look at you like, it's not the $10,000 we have to notify the IRS look. It's man, get the fuck out of my face.
Get out of my face. You're tripping, fool. Get the fuck out of here.
In cash?
In cash? No way. And that's another thing. It's like when they get rid of cash, eventually we're heading down the road where they're going to get rid of cash. Like we're only going to have, I think it's going to come to the point where they get rid of all the small dominations, and we don't only have larger dominations of fiat currencies. Like, like I believe the $10,000 bill is coming back. I believe the $100,000 bill is coming back. I believe all these bills are going to come back, because it's going to come to the point where even change, even like cents are going to go out the window, and there's going to be like,
you'd be surprised how cashless Southeast Asia is.
Yeah, and they're going to tell people, just use your wallet, use a digital wallet to pay for everything. Why would you want to hold change? And there's a large amount of people who are not that financially set. So a lot of people are just going to be fine with being cashless. So, and cash is going to be reserved for people who can actually afford it. And that's a scary thing to think, but we are headed that direction.
The lowliest street food vendor in Thailand takes QR code from a Thai. Yeah.
And that's the thing about QR codes too, is like, even QR codes, they're all private silos. Like you have, whatever QR code is, you have to download that app for that specific code to transact with it, and that's like another problem. So there's literally no interoperability within payment providers. So I have a solution for that. So stay tuned.
XRP.
I got something for that. And I bet you that's gonna grant me a lot of money. I met this dude while I was in county who was so in our culture, we all use this flour. It's called burla. This burla flour that we use. I met the owner of that company, and he was in a lawsuit for a few $1 million. He was in a Fed case because someone screwed him over. But I was explaining to him my ideas. I broke it all down for him, and he was like, "Damn, that's a really good idea." And he evaluated my thing at $3 billion, and And he was like, you know, with this evaluation, we can try to get some VCs to back you up. So how true that is and how true that not is, I don't know. But all I know is that I got to still build it to figure it out. And if that happens, that happens. You know, I'll make a killing out of this whole thing. But I know that my ideas that I do have, they're really good, and it's meant to help. It's meant to help regular people just live an easier life and transact with technology a lot easier. So,
what they say in that old movie, build it and they will come.
Exactly. So
your creativity is your unique gift in the world. That's your IP, your creativity.
And they'll never, and they'll never be able to take that away from me. So, I'm not tripping. Whatever the situation is, it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, I'm a good-hearted person. I know I'm a good-hearted person. I'm not some evil person with bad intent, and that's the reason why I'm going through this. Had I been an evil person with bad intent, I probably would have been a trillionaire right now, but I'm not.
Dude, if you were a redneck, and you literally tried to swerve your car into a crowd to damage some people, there'd be GoFundMe's and
there'd be a slap on the wrist, 110%. There would be a slap on the wrist. You know,
it would be like. People would be sending you
whatever,
paying your legal fees on Facebook and.
Yeah, I was watching. So we were watching this court show while I was in there, because all you can really do is watch TV, play dice, or play dominoes. And we're watching this case how this white girl in some other state was she burned her baby. So she killed her baby, burned her baby, and then buried it in the background and buried it in her backyard. And all they gave her was 3 months of probation. And they said that the jury said that she was not guilty on most of her accounts, but it's only because
nuts.
Yeah, well, it's only because she was just white girl, right? And with this high schooler white girl, and then obviously the court sympathizes with people like that, but it's just like people have to understand. Yeah, she only got 3 months of probation, and it wasn't even formal probation; it was informal. So it's like that's fucking nuts. But you have that's the thing, even though you don't want to be racist and you don't want to admit that the society we live in is racist, you have to understand that it is fucking racist. You might be I have nothing against Papa. I fucking love Papa. I would do anything for Papa, right? But you have to understand, if Papa were to commit a crime, he would most likely get a slap on the wrist. But if I committed the same crime, I would be serving time. It has nothing to do with me or Papa hating each other or loving each other. But
juries and judges are human, and they have preconceived
exactly.
Exactly. That's why you have jury selection, and that's why you have a voir dire where the lawyers get to strike the potential jurors. They're like, I don't want this union motherfucker on the jury. I don't want this 22-year-old tech guy on the jury. I don't want this black guy that looks like he's a radical on the jury. I don't want this woman that looks like she's super gonna be super sympathetic to somebody that have a tobacco claim on the jury. Let's get her off of here. Let's get him off. This guy looks like a veteran. Let's get him off of here.
Exactly. So yeah, if you're a fucking person of pigmentation, just understand you have to be rich. And if you're not focusing on being rich, good luck. Good luck. Honestly, it's messed up, but it is what it is. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, you just have to deal with. It
is what it is. I don't make the rules. I didn't make the goddamn playground. I'm just playing. I'm just part of it.
Yeah.
But as messed up as it is, it's true.
Crying ain't gonna help.
So we get to change the rules now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people might get offended, but look at DJT. I mean, DJT he's literally butt licking a certain group of people. I mean, he's not being pro-Christian or anything like that. He's protecting Zionists, and he's literally protecting pedophiles and shit because they're all fucking Zionists, right? And the more I talk about this, it might offend people, but it's true. It's fucking true. Does that have anything to do with Judaic people? No, not at all whatsoever. I love everybody, but you have to understand that the system that we live in is catered to certain groups of people.
Yep.
You don't have to be a racist to understand that. It's a big ass fucking. It's a big group of people who eat at the same dining table, who share the same dinners, who share the same gifts. But it is what it is. Everyone works for their shit.
Off subject, but on subject, kind of. Have you guys been keeping up with the Schumann residents here for the last couple of weeks?
No. Oh, hold on real quick. We're going to Schumann residents. Diddy only got 4 years. Can you believe that shit? Diddy only got 4 years of prison time for being a pedophile and for beating the shit out of Cassie and having that on tape and all that stuff. And the only reason why he did that is because he was with the Tiny Hats. That is fucking nuts. But no, I was not.
What did he give up to get that deal too?
He
That's what we
probably.
need to see.
I mean, Diddy probably gave up a lot, and he's probably giving up a lot right now. But I mean, if once you're part of the club, you're part of the club. I mean, to be honest with you, what's part of my main aspiration is to be part of the club. At least I know when I'm part of the club, I don't have to deal with this shit, and all this might get wiped under the rug. Who knows? But
not the Epstein one though.
But yeah, like we have to understand that we live in a two-tier society. It is like us, and then them, and them is powerful people who rig the system that they live in. So
no middle class in between.
There's no middle class in between. Like
1958, there was like this. Oh, I'm an auto worker. I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
This is like this middle.
Yeah, there's no middle class. It's either like
all those jobs are gone, baby.
Yeah, it's like the people who make the rules are the one protecting their own. Like you really have to acknowledge that. So any kind of rule maker or global leader are always going to be out of any kind of trouble because they're the one making the laws. And the ones in us, the regular normal folks, are the ones who have to deal with consequences. So we will always get the low end of the stick, no matter what situation you're in, which sucks. But yeah,
I'm gonna bring factory jobs back. No, the fuck you're not.
No, you're not.
Not at what you would have to pay them. You have to pay them union, health care. You'd have to pay them for the safety protocols on the job.
Right.
Right. It's cheaper to do it in the part of the world I'm living in to pay them.
Yeah. But to
no
be honest,
union, no health care, no.
Yeah. Out of this whole situation, I realized that United States is not the place for me. United States doesn't like me. As much as I love it, it doesn't like me. It's fine. I'm out. I'll go with my South Asian people, hang out with them.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's my rant. Now you guys know. That's the end of that situation.
All right, guys. It's about zero dark wherever where I'm living.
Yeah.
You are forgiven, my son.
What time is it?
Thank you, Papa.
4:50.
Thank you, Papa.
4:50 in the morning where I am. I'm gonna dip.
Yeah, let's call it. It was a good show, guys. Glad to be back. Glad to explain everything to you.
Glad to have you back, Nerdy.
Yeah, I was
sorry for your troubles, but it will pass.
It will pass.
It will
Everything
pass.
will pass. Stay tuned. I do have the NFT collection coming soon. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm working on some things. I'll try to.
Nerdy, if you feel comfortable with it, if you feel comfortable with it, send me your info. It's in the private.
Where are you? Hold on.
I'm in the private chat twice.
I'm gonna send it to your email.
Yeah. I mean, take your time, but judicial stuff is judicial stuff, and that's what he did for years and years and years.
Nice. Hold on. Let me send it to you right now.
And he's literally in Sacktown.
He might have a thing or two to say.
Yeah. He was their chief lobbyist for decades.
What is going on with this?
Yeah, no rush. I mean, when we after we dip, you can send it when you.
I'm gonna say, hey, it's Nerdy.
Yeah, because it's not gonna recognize you.
It's already done. If he started on, it's already done.
Yeah, but I just sent you an email.
Cool.
Well, yeah. All right.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go back to Thailand bed and appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Nerdy.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks for joining the show. See you guys on Tuesday. Peace out.
Get out of here.